I just started recording all roguelike, no countdown or nothing. It's
Huh.
part 38 here. An addendum was requested uh for a variety of reasons, but mainly because a certain individual whose name starts with J went, "All right, Tuesday session?" question mark right after the recording ended. And so here we are. We're not meeting next Sunday. So this is it. It's 2-for-1 combo. We left off with the elves assembling weird rituals or partaking on Rainy and Cagliari so that their brains aren't in the wrong spots. But meanwhile, an elf is pulled over towards Sable and Alethor while cordoning them off. Begins speaking to Alethor, who then has to translate to Sable. And Alethor says, "All right, apparently they want you in the forward party. As in, like, scouting, I suppose. Are you all right with that?"
I'm
What do you
sorry.
even sound like?
What? I'm sorry. I was playing the game.
Yeah, were you? Remember I said you have like 6 seconds before that's over?
Look, it got really intense, man.
Uh-huh.
Cooking in the kitchen. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Things are bad. Things are bad.
See? So what was the question?
The question was, he's asking if you're all right being a part of the scouting party. Ah, God, this forest is loud. Essentially, he wants to send you and me forward. Scouts, ambassadors, heralds, whatever it may be.
When did they fix Illithor?
What do you mean, fix Illithor?
He was speaking all his thoughts out loud.
You got Spade, right?
Was?
One of them was. I think that was him.
Yeah, it was Illithor.
Wasn't it a guard?
I think it was Illithor and the guard, no?
I don't remember that. And at this point, I don't care. I'm not even retconning it. Either they fixed them or it wasn't real and you guys are hallucinating. I do remember that happening, but I'm pretty sure it was for a random unnamed elven warrior.
So he got better.
He's not better. I'm pretty sure that was Theodorf, and Theodorf is not here anymore. I mean, he's here, but he's not with y'all.
Yeah, he was our translator.
So now Alethor is fulfilling that role.
Sick.
So
Never
anyway.
mind.
Well, I'm not much of a scout.
I got a raccoon skin.
Alright, Alethor immediately repeats that. And then the elven warrior says something else to Alethor, and he says it doesn't really matter. It's more about the role you have to play here. And then he keeps talking. Blah, 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 blah. He says it's expected of you as a representative of King Xerxes.
Yes, I just find it perilous here. As long as they're triage, or not triage, what the fuck's the word? Entourage. Jeez. As long as our entourage is not unsubstantial, I'm fine with it.
Alright, Alethor conveys it, and the elven warrior nods. After a while, he steps away. There's still some weird ritual going on in the background with Rainy and Cagliari. Weird noises, probably just some words, probably fine. Quickly, the elven warrior comes back, and he says, blah, 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 blah. And Alethor goes, says he'll give us 4 helm powers and 4 animated armors. The helm powers are pretty, well, horrifying. And the animated armors are cannon fodder.
And so are we. Let's go.
Yeah, alright. Alright, forward envoy.
Hey, that's 6 animated armors.
Yeah, these guys are not going to be participating. I'm pulling them
Fuck!
back. You fool! Alright, the helm towers are pretty smart. Alethor says, alright, well, the bad news is I'm the only one who can command these things because they only speak Elvish. I know how to do it, so I'm not too worried. But in terms of formation, pretty much all the brains of this operation are going to be you and me. I'm actually surprised they're putting this much trust in us. I'm not confident they're not going to be watching us magically or somehow otherwise. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I need to make an appeal. Because, I'll be real, this place is probably a death trap, and I really don't want to go forward without at least one mage. So,
Well, I think it would also be beneficial for us to have at least one representative from the Elven tribe, other than yourself.
I completely agree. The problem is, I can make a case for it, but I already know they're gonna say no. They precious their meaningless lives too much to put them at risk. Except mine, they don't care about mine, apparently. So,
Yes, but enough to save face is important.
I'll try to make a case. We'll see what I can do. But I'm asking for a wizard first. Alright, and then he heads back. And you're surrounded by Helmtars who are just looking at you in their masks. I think I had images of them at some point. I kind of don't feel like pulling them up. You can't really see anything. It's a very dark brass gold with some green highlights armor. And the animated armor.
Do you think I would know the word for like attack?
That's probably reasonable. I could give that to you, yeah.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, just keeping that in your back pocket. Totally fair.
Yeah,
Totally
dude.
fair. Gotta know what tools you have at your disposal. For real, for real. Alright, what I was gonna show... Yeah, because it's been a while. These are your Helmed Horrors. These are your guys. Dual scimitars, elite elven constructed plate armor with a dark brass and
Is that a
maybe a
robo
light
dog?
brass.
I was gonna say, can I get a robo dog?
What the
Sorry.
heck? Yo! Yeah,
Yo!
you're not getting a robo dog though. That's off limits. Osnick
I'm
already got
calling
one
it
of those. It don't look like that though. It don't look like that.
I remember really walking into Toys R Us, saw the like $400 Lego set, everybody's jaw dropped, and then I went, no, we're not buying that. You can get your battle pack.
That's exactly what happened. Alright, after a little bit, I gotta roll for persuasion.
I forgot about the other dog we got.
Did not work. Did not work. Alright, I got as a mage. Luther comes back and says, answer was as expected. They refused to risk any of their actual skin. They're going to be watching us through their little puppets, but they are agreeing to send a wizard.
Yeah, but this wizard's elvish, right?
Yeah, he is.
So we got one.
I suppose, but don't expect him to do any talking.
He's not allowed to speak on their behalf.
Not really, no. There's very specific rules for how that's going to work. I think they're trying to send you forward to try to code information out of you or something. But it's really your call how we handle this. They've given us the freedom. If we end up doing something they don't want us to do, you can rest assured it won't happen. So, at this point, it's you and me. I am immediately going to tell this guy to keep his magical eyes and ears out. Not completely unlearned in that department. I know that we're going to need to detect some variants of magic. Do you have anything that can do the same? Magic detection. Detecting traps, yes. I can look out for physical traps, but magical ones I won't be of much use.
Probably not.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know if you can. Let's look. What is on your character sheet? It's been so long since I've been here.
I know.
Bonfire, resistance, spare the dying, cure wound. Oh, that's good. Locate object. That's fun, but not useful.
It's useful to me. I've got pass without a trace, so we could try to be sneaky.
You know what? I have an elite or character sheet hanging around somewhere. Somewhere. Where's my special boy? Where is he? Where did they put him? Is he not here? Did he die? Not have an elite
People
or
die
character
when they
sheet.
are killed.
Okay, no, there he is. I was just blind. I have pass without trace? No, I don't. Like Misty Step and Expeditious Retreat, so yeah. Alright, well, I'm largely useless unless we need to make a quick getaway. In which case, by we, I largely mean me. Not that I would leave you.
Surely.
Surely.
Oh, wait. Does that mean I get a long rest?
Oh, yes,
From
absolutely.
like
You would've-
years ago?
Yeah.
Cool, just making sure. I had like
6 months
0
maybe.
spells left.
Yeah, no, you can grab them back.
Cool.
Alright. Pass without trace would be a good call, Mr. I'm not good at stealth. Because
I don't know what you're talking about.
that would go crazy. That would be a great idea. And this is from Alethor. He knows a little something about magic. I can't cast it, but it would certainly be useful.
and it's all creatures within 30 meters or 30 yards, or was that 30 feet?
30 feet. Basically,
30
if we
feet.
keep a tight formation, nothing's going to see us. The only thing I may recommend outside of that is sending one of these animated armors forward as cannon fodder.
Oh yeah, let's do
They
that.
don't really have a
Let's send-
self-preservation mechanism, so it's fairly simple.
Well, send 2 in the front. That way, it's not 2 alone, and then the other 2 can guard us with the helmed horse
That works for me.
and the mage.
Alright. Communicates to one of the mages who just waves him off, and then Alethor under his breath says, yeah, whatever, no at all. And the mage casts something, and then Alethor turns to Saber and just goes, all he's doing is detect magic. I could have learned how to do that. It's not complicated. He could be doing more useful things, but whatever. Alright, in which case...
Even I have detect magic.
That's what I'm saying. In which case, maybe we don't even need him if that's all he's gonna do. But it's fine. These guys are generally professionals. I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Alright, so in terms of a fairly tight formation, your helmed horrors are walking quietly. Lethar's commanding them to sneak. The animated armors follow the helmed horrors, and then he sent 2 out as cannon fodder, left and right.
I can. Spooky, sneaky, no noise makey.
So true. And now I get to roll stealth. And you get to roll stealth. And I guess every piece of armor gets to roll stealth.
This is
Well,
rough.
the lowest roll is a 13 so far. And it's one of the animated armors, so you can send him right out front. Everybody else with Path Without Trace is over a 20.
Yep.
Hathor
Well,
just rolled a 19 plus probably a fair amount. Plus 4,
Six.
so a 23, which becomes a 33. So yeah, that's not happening. And the mage
Uh.
rolled 18 plus, yeah. So basically everyone rolled over a 20 with your Pass Without Trace. Minus your cannon fodder.
and me.
And you, what did you roll?
17.
No, but yeah, you get to plus 10. Or did you roll
No.
a 7 plus 10?
You roll this heavy.
7 plus 10.
No, that's not great. Your animated armor's up here with a 13, and you're down here with a 17 then. Okay. In which case, buckle up, Brendan, because every member of your party is going to make this journey what it is. They all made these decisions, and now you get to experience the consequences. And now I get to scroll up in the campaign chat. Okay. So, you begin your trek a few miles out from this plateau upon which your scouts
Oh, that's what
lead.
that is? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
don't
dead.
even worry about it. Don't even read it.
Sure.
It's not even a problem. So,
It's not lethal.
you make your way forward. The first thing you notice overhead is quite a number of large birds, larger than usual. Elithor quietly says, I'm fairly certain those are eyes in the sky. They may not have seen us, but they've definitely got eyes in our armor. Probably the best move, there is a path through the woods, is to just stick to the tree line and let your animated armors walk along the path unperturbed. You good with that?
Well, okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going as diplomats? Like, that's why I wanted to know if, like, I know who we're walking up to.
it is...
Like, do I know that we're walking up to, like, a rebel army, or am I thinking that this is, like, a group of civilized people that
What you
won't just kill me on
absolutely know-
sight?
What you absolutely know for certainty is you're walking up to a rebel army that is politically opposed to Xerxes, and Xerxes wants them dead. Period. Now, you don't know much about the composition of that army outside of it was once run by Malik de Lumiere, who was a rebel who burned a bunch of farmland and caused some problems. And then things changed when Malachi de Lumiere showed up. You know all of this. It's likely that you're going to encounter maybe one or more of those people. You haven't heard much from the elves outside of what's going on. But how you want to handle this is kind of up to you. Because what Xerxes actually wanted was for the elves to help him take down to the Delumieres, or at least give his army access to the Feywild. And you're kind of outside of that scope now. Ravenna introduced the new concept of teaming up with the elves against the Moon Lord, but eliminating Malachi before doing that. And she did that in front of you, in front of the Elven Council, who then deliberated, made a decision, largely kept you in the dark, but said, "Yeah, we're gonna take you as a diplomat kind of guy." But you don't really know what they have planned, and now they're
Well, then
letting
I'm
you
not
go.
sneaking in. I'm going as a diplomat.
It's technically your call.
Can I retcon the sneaky and then see if Illithor can ask for like a flag or coat of arms?
That could work. Yeah, if you want to change your approach.
Yeah.
In which case, if you're not making too much headway, he'll send back one of the Helm Tars who can relay that information, and you guys can take a pause. Scouting the environment so far, it's very clear that you're likely going to be seen / already have been seen. At least the animated armors have. So it's your call as to whether you want to stay in stealth or try to make your presence known so that trouble doesn't ensue. So you're going to try to get a very visible coat of arms / display elven banner to make your presence very much known. Yes?
Yeah, I think I trust my silver tongue more than.
Okay. Cool. In which case, a Helmtar is going to walk further back. You guys will take a break in the woods. Command your animated armors to step aside. Okay, John has texted me. Yes, okay. Okay. You could probably just let's see.
Roll a survival check.
Yeah. No. John's just sending. You can just probably send just DM Jacob that first part, and the second one. Yeah, I got some stuff, but okay.
I guess, sorry. So the only reason I was wondering is because we wouldn't want them to have done that. So would that have been communicated to them?
We wouldn't want who to have done that. Who's them?
Anyone approaching, like we still don't want to raise the ire of Vitress, so we would probably tell them to avoid the fields if possible.
Yes. Would you not the envoy? You just mean all of your troops?
No, I think maybe
Oh, the elves.
Oh, tell the elves to avoid the fields as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. After some time passes. Where is Malachi as he's awaiting the arrival of this envoy? All of your men are stationed in their positions. There's quite a number of guards on the wall. Some are hidden below the outcropping of rocks lying down in the fields. There's a large number of men behind one of the rocks by the camp. There's quite a number of men set up in the shooting gallery, both with rifles and bows, split up in their divisions, ready to cover, because at this point you know where they're coming from. Where is Malachi? Where's the brass? Where really are all of these people?
I would also kind of want to know where the spellcasters were, because Malachi wouldn't be with them,
Yeah.
but he would be relaying information to like the different branches. So he would have. He's going to operate as a cell phone tower at this point.
Yeah. Do you want a magnificent mansion for security purposes? Because I could drum up one of those. But instead of a mansion, I could make it a little bit of a fortress.
That might not be a bad idea, actually.
Alright, I'm going to have Osnek do that. We're going to keep up the private sanctum. This is my recommendation as Osnek. Keep up the private sanctum. Have Gareth... probably Sage needs to be on the front lines of the cleric, or maybe with Osnek behind one of the groups. Maybe with the range, the bowman. The peasant troop should be closer to the camp, defending the magic mansion inside of the private sanctum, laid out as a maze / labyrinth / fortress. Put your vulnerable people there, like Saul and Gareth, are all in that. Let me actually just put down the entrance to that mansion then. Something like this. We'll do like what's up?
I guess I was wondering like where that's a good question. Kind of like where all our characters would also be.
That's the main thing I want to know. That's what I mean when I say where's the brass.
Because I think
Malik, Vesper, Grouter,
Malachi would want to be in a place where he can see the approaching envoy, just in case he needs to communicate with He's not exactly sure what's going to happen, but he would want to, if they look like they're, you know, if it looks like it can be dealt with peaceably, he would want to know.
Yeah.
And be in a position for that. I was thinking the spellcasters, I'm trying to figure out if they would have split up to bolster different branches.
I imagine Osnek is a midline between your front line and your back line in case anything goes wrong, and he can get anywhere quickly. Sage is up front because he's a cleric and he refuses to be anywhere else. Meteor will probably just want to be next to you as a personal bodyguard, and Rain can probably do the same. Where the heck is she? Get over here.
Woman.
Would Vesper be in the sky?
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably be in the sky, trying to keep an eye on things, and then when he sees them getting closer, he'll join Malachi and the little group there.
I'm just gonna put Gareth and Saul in this golden box, which represents the current Magic Mansion. Other vulnerable people / non-military, I would also just put in the Magic Mansion, which is your cooks, your mate. Where would you want Siobhan? That's a good question. While we're here.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The students, I feel like they've been learning something. So, like, I don't know if we want to put them with some of the ranged people.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you want FS?
Wherever Malachi wants them.
Okay. FS defers.
Oh gosh.
Obviously.
All right. I would probably have FS somewhere not too far from me. Just like because he can cast message now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if we can put him somewhere that he's within range of me sending message to him, he can message other people as well.
Okay, he's within 120 feet of you. Osnek is a little bit further back. I could position him so that he can be like a conduit between you two.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Alright, perfect. Dewey, I'm gonna put up as a caster with the clerics. Pretty much the rest of your men. You have your forward legions of guys from Kunigreek. Your units, I don't really feel like drawing them, but they would definitely have the defensive barracks up here. Are we largely happy with this formation? Basically, I'll put some basic blocks here. You got, I'll probably actually just literally do this. Do like 7. You got a rifle division here. You got your 2 bow divisions. I think that should pretty much be Leo and Lapis. They may want to be a little bit further back. So probably over here. They have a little bit of a high ground onto that main entrance. The riflemen can probably go even further back, potentially just straight on onto that rampart. You have casters and then close quarters combat guys like here. I think you got about 2 units of CQC from the Kunigreek guys. I would have to look up their actual units, but that's probably the composition. And then your peasant units would be with Osnek and immediately in front of the camp. Each one of these units is about 24 people.
I was going to ask, where do you think Bloppletop would be?
That's a great question.
By the water.
Down, down, down by the river.
Hmm.
No, that place freaks him out.
Malik is definitely going to be up with his CQC guys. Front lines.
And how close to Malik is Sage?
Pretty close. He's literally within 60 feet on the other side of the
Okay.
river.
If that's, I'm just trying to space our clerics out.
Yeah. Bloppletop might be good here back to midline.
Okay.
Because he can go either way.
Can Drya be with me if
Yes.
that's possible?
If I can just retrieve pull your wife out of the house.
She's not the kind who would just hide during a fight.
No. What about Roger?
I mean, he's not good in a fight, so
So Magic Mansion.
Wait. Did he not work with any of the ranged weapons at all? I don't know.
I mean, He would have
Probably
recently
not,
gotten
because
there.
he's only been here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the most I think he would do is, I think he would probably be with the main group of like up front,
Mm-hmm.
like with Malachi and stuff. But if combat comes, he's gonna like sneak away and try to
That's
flank.
I would
No, not
say,
only run away, but like flank
I
guys,
would
right?
say either do that or this is what Malik's recommendation would be: is accompany the vulnerable people in the mansion maze, and make sure that if anything gets through to there, you're a last line of defense.
It's more like a fence.
Oh, okay. Well, then right off Malik. Whatever. Do whatever you want. Don't put me. I'll probably. You know what I'll do? Beta's gonna be your last line of defense.
The 4 seconds it takes to cut me down.
It's
How
gonna be
much they
Beta
have.
and
No,
Robin and Infernus.
I actually don't mind Roger being up front and then sneaking away based on what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I would think he would like sneak back and try to see like what's going on in the back camp or something,
Yeah.
if there is one. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is all important because the first wave of update, the first update out of a wave of updates is going to come from the Raven and his eyes in the sky. Okay, he's a little bit bigger than that. Let's go a little big mode. The Raven touches down and says, "Mr. Malachi, your guests have arrived. Only but a few men in armor. 2 have been seen walking on the main path.
Can you describe them to me?
It is difficult, as I must rely on the word of my servants. They describe very little beyond their comprehension."
Oh, is this the big raven or is this big raven?
This is the Raven. But he didn't witness it personally. He's giving you reports of what his other ravens are saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
It says, "I can take a more personal look if you so desire."
No, I think you might be a little more conspicuous.
Certainly true.
So, no, in the meantime, how far away do you think they are now?
Several miles.
Okay.
We're so far away. Oh.
Uh-huh.
we've been walking for days.
So, a little bit of time passes. Say, well, as you've been waiting, the Helm Tower comes back with heraldry. A massive triangular banner bearing the green and gold of the civilization of elves, none of which the text you can read. And Alethor says, "Well, shall he be our flag bearer?"
Perfect. And I'm gonna speak it common to the mage.
Okay.
Isn't it just a fine day?
The mage looks at you like you no idea. And Alethor whispers, "Do you want me to translate?"
No.
Alright, the mage just looks at you confused.
Alright.
And then says
I wave at
something.
him.
He says something under his breath. Okay. Alethor didn't hear him. Alright, Alethor says, "Well, if we're gonna structure this as more of a diplomatic greeting party, we should have our flag bearer up front, maybe surrounded by the animated armors, and then just walk behind them."
Indeed, yes.
Alright. Yes, let's make this happen and hope nothing explodes. Alright, you begin walking forward. Some more time passes. Yes.
I'm gonna look back at the mage.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, try your best to look non-hostile.
Alright.
Now look at Elithor.
Elethor translates. The mage rolls his eyes. Alright. Many more minutes pass, and the Raven returns in about 15 minutes. The men at camp are a little bit on edge, waiting for something to break out, trying to hear word. The Raven circles back to Malachi and says, "My eyes have now seen much more. A banner being wielded by a suit of armor, surrounded by others of the like. 2 men in the middle, a few elves."
Just one quick logistics question as well. I imagine I also would like to have bards near each group of people.
Okay, fair. I
Um,
don't think I
for
have
the
any of
purpose
those.
of also helping with communication,
Yep.
but also hopefully they can hint inspire the troops
Of course, of
as we
course.
go. Um, okay, with that said, um, do they? How quickly do they seem to approach? Does it look like they're intent on like sneaking around, trying to?
If
Is it a
they
bold?
were, they are no longer. They march in the broad daylight of the path, and not with an army, but a handful of men.
We're sprinting at full speed from 3 miles away.
Okay, I'm sending this to the other leads.
Okay.
Well, I'm communicating some of this to FS so
Yep.
that he can pass it on to Malik.
Yep.
Is Vesper in the air?
Yep. I imagine.
Okay, so I'm sending to him and just kind of trying to keep that chain of communication between all the different sections.
Okay. It has been communicated that a small party / envoy is making its way forward. As they get a little bit closer, there's no more word. Do you guys have any plans on doing Mr. Envoy Leader? Full steam ahead at casual walking pace?
Oh yeah, we're just taking a
Okay,
stroll.
cool.
I'm making fun of the mage in common,
Alright.
and Elithor's translating some kind, bullshit.
Uh-huh. Alright. I think, where is...
So did the bird describe to me, or the raven, sorry, did he describe to me what they look like?
He just said some men in armor, a handful of elves, and a banner.
Okay, so he didn't describe like specifically.
He doesn't,
Because I
because
would
he's
want to,
not witnessing it, yeah.
yeah. I would want to see if it matches some of Siobhan's descriptions. But okay, that's fine.
So you have an option that Osnek will probably relay through FS as your little communicator. Actually, I'm gonna make him do it, and he's gonna hate me. John, I'm gonna use you as a relay. I'm Osnek, and I'm relaying messages to you, and you need to repeat them back to Malachi.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a game of telephone.
Exactly. Could you pass that on, FS?
Yes. This looks like my throat. He said perhaps Steward can serve a scryer.
I was supposed to say as.
Ah.
No, that's just part of the game of telephone.
For real.
Is there
Yes.
anyone to scry?
The
Okay,
scry
you don't know anyone in particular. And does he know any of them?
The Raven?
No. If Stewart was to scry.
No, unless the reason Osnak asked, I'll cut out the middleman. I thought it was funny. The reason Osnak asked you is like, hey, I know we had some people from our party who were captured. Is there a chance that they're here? Because Rainy's here. We could scry on Rainy.
Right. I think would Rainey have told me? I mean, that could be a Jacob thing. Would she have told me that she's not part of the group moving forward?
You could certainly take 5 minutes and ask her.
Yeah, you could ask. She wouldn't have. She didn't mention it when you were talking to her before, and that
Okay.
whole thing was happening while she was getting her mind unswitched.
Okay.
So she wasn't. Yeah.
So then I would just take 5 minutes and I'd send to Rainey and say, we've received word that an even smaller group is approaching our location. Are you a part of that group?
No, I'm not, and the satyr isn't either. The other human guy is Sable, I think. his name was.
I'll try to.
He's human, right?
Yeah, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Since Roger's nearby me, I'll ask him what he knows about Sable.
Okay. What do you know about Sable, Grouger?
Roger.
He's like, he works for Xerxes. He questioned me. It's kind of it. He's kind of, I mean, he didn't share any information.
Is he powerful? How much of a threat is he?
Probably a pretty big threat. I think he's coming after us, so.
All right. So we approach this with aggression. Unless he seems to indicate otherwise. Beautiful. Thank you.
I want to scry him.
We don't have anything of it.
You totally do. But I don't know if I can break. I would have to break relay formation. Because the character who would be able to use that information is not in the relay system. Osnick is insistent there has to be some way that you can scry. That's all I'm going to say. But he doesn't know what was just communicated.
All right, I will.
You know what you should do is you
Uh-huh.
should either roll Arcana or something, because there's a very specific methodology that you could use and have used to scry. It's an
All right,
incredibly
well.
powerful combo that Osnick has taught you. You can't do it, but you know about it.
All right, I
You have
will.
the presence of mind to think about it, because I can't do it for you in this instance.
So you said roll an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that completely just did not work.
Your digital dice are failing.
Yeah, again, they work for a second and then they don't.
Great.
Okay, no, it did. 28.
Okay, well that'll do. You were recently taught about the wizard standard procedure of encode thoughts, detect thoughts. All you need to do to scry on someone is to be able to know something about them. Grouger has seen Sable. If you can get a combo of encode thoughts, detect thoughts on the encoded thought, and then get steward that information, he can immediately scry on Sable. And then you have
I guess.
live information on the advancing party.
Well, you know what? Siobhan has actually met him, and if Siobhan is close to Stewart, then Siobhan will be the one to. As a matter of fact, she might be able to just share some stuff from her mind, so
She
she
could
can
do
do
that
that.
too, and that would cut, because then you don't have to do Grouger, and then it's easier because it's just the sorcerers. But you do need Osnick to do the thought encode. Well, actually, no, you don't, because they can do direct thoughts. Yeah, that's even easier. Yep. Done. You have scrying potential now. Okay. Now, in terms of pipeline of information from Stewart. Stewart is far away in the magnificent mansion. Do you want to assign a runner to run information from Stewart so that you have live info, or a message chain, or what?
Just put someone who can cast message just outside the door.
Okay, got it. You'll probably have to have a chain you might need to call. Can Siobhan cast message?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Or she can at least telepathically communicate with people from a mile away, so she can just do that.
Alright, there's one issue. Stewart is in the private sanctum, so I don't think... Can you cast message through your private sanctum? I guess that's allowed, yeah. I don't recall, because it just stops things from getting in. So you would have to have... Stewart would be nearby Siobhan. He'd probably actually be in his tent, guarded, and then Siobhan can hit Osnick, Osnick can hit FS, and FS can hit you.
Okay.
Alright. In which case, you now have a slightly behind feed of what exactly is going on, if the scrying spell works, because Sable needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Wisdom saving throw. 10.
Okay, that is a definitive fail. In which case, you are now surrounded by an invisible sensor. There's a problem. The mage immediately goes, "Ah, into that!" He casts a spell and goes, "What the hell is going on?" And then the mage immediately calms down. He replies to Alethor. Alethor goes, "Oh, someone just tried to scry on us." He immediately engages with the mage, and obviously, he doesn't know who. Uh, how do they know? They don't know any of us, right? What? Can they see us from the birds? All right, and then he begins talking to the mage. Well, that's not good. That's not great. All right, well, they're trying to spy on us. What are we doing?
Well, truly, there's nothing for us to hide.
Well, he already cast the dispel magic.
Yes, let him know that he doesn't need to do that if they were to try again.
Right? All right, it communicates to the mage, who immediately makes a dramatic frowny face and gives sass to Alethor. And Alethor gives sass back to him. They have a short back and forth. He says, "All right, well, he said he's not going to allow it." All right, this may be. What if we just leave him, or tell him to go back, or like send him with a helm collar?
I prefer to keep as many friends with us as we can.
I agree, but it just means I don't think they're going to be able to do what they're trying to do. Which, granted, I don't like being spied on, but to your point, it's not exactly as if we're hiding anything. Doesn't make us look good. What do you think?
Ilithor,
Yes?
we're friends, right?
Something of the sort.
Do you think you could take this mage?
Absolutely not. I'm fairly certain. I don't have a great relationship with these elves as it is. They're technically probably within their rights to kill me, and they haven't, which is great. It's wonderful. I really don't want to give them more things to dislike me for. And that's even outside of me being able to take him. And because he's a wizard, I would actually imagine he could just teleport away or some other garbage. Too unpredictable. I mean, he's squishy,
Then
he's
allow
not
us
even
to
wearing armor.
proceed cautiously.
Alright. Let's see, cautiously.
Yep.
Alright, cutting back. Chain of information. The scrying was immediately halted, likely by a mage who's in the party. Stewart did see, for a little bit. He saw Sable. He succeeded in the connection. He saw an elf with pointy ears and blonde hair in some brigandine armor of dubious wear. Doesn't look like regal elven garment. And then he did see a number of animated armors, which look very much elven, and helmed horrors or something of the sort. Very intricately adorned, the one carrying the banner. And then, of course, he saw the mage right before his sensor was disrupted.
Would we know, at least I think between conversation, what kind of spell it would have been for him to have been able to even see it or sense it?
There's many likely options. One issue is just detect magic and dispel magic. He doesn't even necessarily have to have been able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
He could have deduced what it was, or theorized it, or they might not even know, and they just immediately reacted.
It's fine. Fine.
So there's many possibilities. The other issue is elven magic is not something that is known much about outside of what the sorcerers of Mayhem have derived, which
Well,
is
I mean,
a notable schism from where the elves are now.
still, I mean, we do have Gareth, so possible he might.
But Gareth hasn't been on the Chiral Plateau in over half a millennium. So
Yeah,
you don't necessarily know what they've been doing.
like, I don't need to know exactly what. I think we more so want to know what are the possibilities.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty much either he has something that gives him true sight and he immediately saw it and dispelled it, or something triggered some variant of his detection and he just immediately went, nope, and stopped it, like, as a reaction.
If it is true sight, any invisible things we have in place might be in jeopardy.
Correct. That would be true. Yeah.
True say.
That's more so, yeah.
I planned for that.
I'm just communicating that stuff along the chain.
Alright. You could try scrying again, but there's almost not a point because Steward knows that the mage did something to stop him. As long as that mage is there, it's unlikely you're just going to be burning spell slots. So it was worth a shot, but probably not going to be worth it now. Shame. In which case, you must carry on with your eyes in the sky. As you get closer, Sable, you're now within about a mile, maybe less. You can see a plateau through the tops of some of the trees. Elithor actually climbs one and gets a better view of where you're heading through these woods. The path is quite, it's not a glorious, luxurious path. It is a path. Mostly at this point, you're just traveling through the woods. And trying to keep a general sense of direction as you proceed forward. There is an issue. As you get fairly close, within maybe half a mile, you run into an absolute wall of thicket, very clearly intentionally placed here. Massively thick vines forming the equivalent of a chain-link fence across the trees and sprouting up onto the ground, making everything difficult terrain. Elithor stops the helmed horror from proceeding forward and looks to you to evaluate the situation.
Well, I don't see a doorman yet. That reminds me. Elithor,
Oh, the mage.
as our
The
mage,
mage, just so you know, before the mage is already going like full Rambo. He's like detecting things. He immediately sees a rock. He freaks out and he goes, "Ah!" What? And he gets really confused. And Elithor goes, "What in the world is he doing?" Alright, the mage says something, and Elithor goes, "Okay, he just says they're playing tricks on him. What does that mean?" And then he goes back to talking to him. He says he doesn't know. This is alright. What are you saying, Sable?
as our mage friend here doesn't speak common,
Yeah.
Once actual conversation begins, you don't need to bother translating for him.
I'm not
He's
going
here
to.
as a
Don't worry.
guard.
I don't think he even has permission to speak to them. I'm fairly certain he's there to spy on us.
Which is understandable.
Yes. Either way, we gotta find some way through this wall.
And then I'm gonna say it a little louder so that
The mage just casts fireball. A massive ball of flame erupts, destroying the terrain, and the mage attempts to command the helmed horrors, who look at him and then just look back at Elithor, waiting for commands.
No.
Yeah, and Elithor just starts yelling in Elvish to the mage, with the forest now slightly ablaze. Yeah, not good.
we
You've
start to see
awakened our
rising.
inference.
Yeah, you really have. What were you saying, Jacob?
Can we see like smoke rising now? And did we hear that?
You will. You certainly didn't hear it, but you're gonna see the smoke, and then the birds are gonna come by, and then the raven is gonna say, "Their mage has set the forest ablaze."
I suppose I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, as Malachi, I was going to. Uh, would the druids have been able to sense anything, or
Not really, no. It's too far out of their control. But
all right, if it's a big enough blaze, I think we'd want to put it out. I don't want to have to deal with our friend from the lake acting up
Yeah.
again.
well, take some notes. Hold on that. Alethor is currently. Oh, that's what's his name? Hold up. I have to drop anything. Okay, I no longer have to drop anything. Hallelujah. Okay, that's in a very important meeting. Alright, Elithor is actively yelling at the mage. Okay, he actually succeeded a persuasion check. The mage goes, "Rah, rah," and he creates water, and he dumps it on the fire, but then waves his hand as if to gesture a path through the remaining growth. So the fire is put out, but he proceeds forward confidently through the spiky growth as the vines have died out due to the flame.
Elthor, the mage stays behind us.
Let me go to Raven. Actually, wait. No, I can't order the armors till I lay a hand on him. Hold on. And then he goes and gets him, and he talks to him. Okay, second succeeded persuasion roll. I'll take it. Alright.
We are the diplomats,
We are
and he is nothing more than a guard dog.
Can I translate that for you?
With all means, please.
Okay. Leor immediately goes back to the mage and says that, and he just scoffs and holds his head up and recasts detect magic. You make it about.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this in common out loud to double check if the mage can understand common.
Yeah.
And if he acts out one more time, we'll just kill him.
Yeah, I don't think I can get behind that, but I mean, we'll do something.
I look at the mage.
He's like a little bit concerned. Maybe he doesn't speak common, but he might know the word kill. He probably knows that word. All right.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
21.
Yeah, he knows that word. He's a little bit intimidated.
But he doesn't catch anything else. He's not using like
no.
translate language or whatever.
No, not yet.
Okay.
If you keep it up, you get a feeling he might, because this guy is revealing his cards very slowly. Okay. Now, this is where things get crazy. You take
Do I get the
you-
sense that this guy's not like any random mage, and he's probably like
he was
a lot stronger than I
he's
was expecting him to be?
very strong for a dude in these robes. He
Gotcha.
isn't particularly well adorned or showy. He's dressed very utilitarian for a mage. Of course, it's still robes. There's some decoratives. It is elves we're talking about, but it's just a very basic dark green robe with gold trim. It blends in with the environment. No hats, no circlets, no adornments. A very basic wooden staff. Very unassuming.
In my time with the within the elven like city or whatever, have I seen him before?
Roll history.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, come on. That is not on the 3. On my screen, the fucking dice is on 16. Well, 5.
Yeah, you don't recognize this guy. Maybe he's just got one of those elven faces that looks the same as everybody else. Blonde hair, greenish
That's
eyes.
racist.
Yeah. Well, you know, when everybody has high cheekbones, nobody has high cheekbones. You know what I'm saying? All right.
That's racist.
Okay.
Michelle Rodriguez Obama,
Michelle Rodriguez Obama.
2025.
Okay. So, as you continue a little bit further forward, things aren't going too horribly. But the mage every now and again slows down and just appears very confused. Every now and again, he just stops. He commands you to stop, and you probably should because he's doing some form of protection. But he'll just obsess over a tree for no reason. And Lethor's like, "Hold on, he might actually be doing something important." Lloyd, what's special about that to me? understand.
Illithor, my friend.
Yeah.
I hate to sound overconfident, but we are diplomats, messengers, as you would.
Yeah, I'll take that, yeah.
If they wanted to kill us,
I'm pretty sure it'd be done, yeah. You know what I
yeah,
think?
it would have been the second that we set foot in the forest.
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, we could be walking into a trap, that's the problem. So I
Which
understand.
we would have. Illithor, what I'm trying to say is any trap that would or will be sprung has been sprung the second that we agreed to go here.
I kind of agree with that. Here's what you should do. You said you have detect magic, right?
Yes.
Why don't you cast it? Because I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's obsessed with this tree. Yeah, I know it's a first level spell slot, but you can afford it, right? It lasts 10 minutes. So we got a
I
little bit of
cast detect magic.
time. Alright. I want you to make an insight check on this tree.
Insight
I want you to make an insight or an arcana check. I'll let you choose.
26.
Alright. You know what this is. This tree has been magically enhanced. It is not special. It is not triggering a trap. Someone has very specifically put a magic aura on this tree to freak high-level wizards out into overthinking the danger. You're 90% certain, based on everything that's led you up to here, there are several non-lethal traps designed to deter and confuse. This guy is falling for it hard.
Illithor, would you be a dear and let our mage friend here know that this tree is nothing but a tree with a magical signature. There is no enchantment,
That would
no
make
trap,
sense. Alright.
no nothing.
Yeah, let me. Alright. He talks to him, and he goes, and then he hand waves it, and then he goes, alright. And then he continues forward. You still have detect magic active, which means now both of you can detect magic.
And since I'm walking a little bit ahead of them,
Yep.
I'm gonna point at every single fucking thing as I continue pace that's magical, so he knows that he's just stupid.
Yeah. Now, eventually, you do come across a small clearing, and it's a little interesting here. There appears to be some kind of script written on the bark of the tree, but magical, highlighted, and it's written in some form of thieves' cant.
I should be able to read. I mean, I don't have thieves' cant as a language,
Do I have?
but I feel like I would.
All right.
I
The
don't know.
mage shoved you
I'm not gonna-
aside. And goes, and he casts some variant of a spell, and he goes, "Oh, now he casts a spell to understand languages? I guarantee you that's what he's doing, the bastard." And then he goes back and comment, and he goes, "You shut up."
The mage said that.
Yes, because he's finally cast something. He's cast basically tongues, and a combination of other things. He's fed. So now he's blowing spell slots, and he says, "I can read this script. It's a riddle that requires solving. It
Listen.
says, he who takes 3 steps forward must take 2 back, for on the left he will find what is right for him." What does it mean? We must proceed carefully. I imagine that they have laid this with traps, so that should we fail, any number of ill-begotten misfortunes may fall upon us.
How far are we from the camp?
Probably
Like, are we in
probably
visual?
like a quarter mile. Not visual because you're not in a clearing and you're surrounded by trees. But I mean, if you climbed a tree, you could probably see the plateau that you're headed towards.
Do I know that? I mean, we must be getting pretty close.
Yeah, the number of occurrences has increased of these strange things. The mage is just continually saying, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, turn left to find what is right. What is right? Oh. What does that mean? What is right?
I'm gonna.
The direction.
Yeah,
This script is
I'm kind of
ambiguous.
intrigued.
I'm understanding that in common, right can also mean correct. This is strange. The ambiguous meaning. We have to be very careful here.
I'm gonna climb a tree to see if I can see like a pattern in the land ahead of us.
All right. Go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics to climb the tree, and then give me a perception check.
Hey, while we're doing that, is the Saruman receiving anything at all?
He can. What do you mean by
13.
that?
But I would have liked to have been ascending to him as
Oh,
well.
yes, you can.
We've received word that some of your men have begun approaching. How do you want us to approach them?
Peaceably, if possible. There is an unknown in Sable. He is smart, but currently serves Xerxes. I send him to you as an option.
After another 5 minutes, I'll go. This is not a threat, but I trust that you can be trusted. After all, your daughter is here.
You want me to not take that as a threat?
It wasn't a threat.
That doesn't mean it won't get taken that way.
No, he's right. It's not a threat. It's blackmail.
Well,
It's not blackmail either. It's be careful what you do because
I understand.
Oh, that's a
I
threat.
understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying, and I'm pretty sure that the Saruman would take it the way that he's saying, because it's true. You can't just do all-out war. So he says, I understand it should not come to violence, or if so, any threats to you should be easily quenched. But navigate this situation carefully. We are implicated in it as well.
understood.
All right. As the mage is still puddling over the riddle, what did you get for athletics, acrobatics, and perception? What do we have?
Athletics 13,
Okay,
perception.
yeah, you
16.
All right. You see the edge of the plateau. It is easily within viewing distance. Scanning, you're trying to get an eye of what the defenses are like. You're fairly certain you see a small path come out, maybe the last eighth of a mile, which leads up to a rampart onto the plateau. It is kitted out as a defensive barrier, and you're fairly certain if there's any way they would want to funnel you, it would be there. It could be potentially dangerous to take that route. It's the route you're being led to. Based on your insight of the situation, they haven't made any direct acts of aggression against you or had any lethal traps thus far. It's been largely defensive mechanisms. So perhaps if you don't go in looking for a fight, you won't receive it. But that being said, you're also fairly certain that they are very much ready for a conflict to break out on the way that this is braced, and you would anticipate that they have men on the other side of that plateau ready to spring on you should something go wrong.
So he's in a tree right now,
Yes.
and we have people on an elevation.
Yeah.
Is anybody from our? Can we do rolls to see if we spot them?
You can. It would mainly be Malik and the CQC guys, Vesper, your bird.
Here, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, why don't we give it to Vesper? He's probably going to be the best equipped.
What am I doing?
What's
Does
your
that mean
passive, what's your passive
I can
perception?
see them too?
20.
Okay. You can't really see anyone in particular, Sable, but what you see are the defensive formations that imply people. Since you're still at a low ground, even at the treetops, you can't see what's on the plateau. You just see the rampart defended up to it. Do you want to roll stealth?
Nah, I wave.
Okay. So you're drawing attention to yourself. Vesper, you easily see a man climbing in the tree. It appears to be a human in some robes, dark hair. A little bit hard to see because he's quite far away, but there's clearly a figure in the tree.
If he's able to see him, and hopefully, I mean, after Siobhan reported stuff to us, he might be able to piece together who it could be.
If Vesper relays it, yeah.
No, I mean, Vesper himself would know, would have heard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. Could be.
The second I get down,
Yep. The mage is still going. You say, could be right. We can only
Yeah,
turn right after 2 steps back. It's a pattern. It's repeating. It's recursive. Of course. Which actually
Yeah, Thor.
means the camp is this way.
Can you send our flag bearer in the front and then have 2 other animated armors, like shoulder width apart behind them,
Easily.
just straight forward?
Yep. Yep.
And I point in the direction of the low ground that
Yep.
it's obvious they want us to pass through.
Yep. Alright, I'm putting all of you guys in the woods. Minus your 2 animated armors. The mage is just going to be mulling over the riddle. So you guys can just sneak back here. On your way
Oh no,
back.
no, no, we're just following.
Oh, okay, you are following. Okay, cool.
I want them going
Then just
first.
out front.
That way, if they fall into one of the Vietnamese death traps,
Of course,
they
of
die
course.
and we're fine.
Of course, of
But
course.
we're just following behind.
Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that, because one of the animated armors immediately trips and eats dirt as a section of loose dirt traps him up. It seems that some sort of pit was dug and the loose terrain sort of messed with his ability to move. He picks himself back up and tries to pay more attention to where he's planting his feet. Some sections of the roads have been torn up here. After approaching a little bit further, the mage realizes you left him behind and says, "What are you doing? You're walking into a death trap." Can somebody
Step
give me?
where they step.
Can somebody give me a funny magic mouth warning?
Oh,
Just yell something.
All right,
Sure.
I'm going with Nick's entry. Could you repeat that again, Nick? Immediately looks around and goes, "The heck is that? Is somebody dying?" Wait a minute. What is it? What is it? What? All right. Cool.
It's gonna go off every time one of them enter its radius.
Yeah. Just a bunch of whining. And it goes, "Well, this is horrifying." And the mage goes, "Fear not. It is nothing more than a magic mouth. We have nothing to fear." Silly tricks. Very silly
yes,
tricks.
silly
He got
tricks.
one! I'm
There was-
clapping in real life.
All right.
He's like, it's just a magic mouth, and then there's just a guy in the woods just going.
There's a one go.
There's actually a guy dying on the side of the road. He's being ignored actively.
He's in one of the pits.
All right.
One of our scouts fell and broke his leg.
You are up to the final rampart here. They exit the section of woods, enter an actual real clearing for the first time, onto the path, onto the rampart, and are about, probably, realistically, they're not this close. They're more like 200 or 300 feet back. At this point, they're in Malik's view. What do you guys want to do?
Well, first, what's Malik thinking?
He's holding steady, but he's looking for how to proceed. Jarek has been taught message, and therefore Jarek can relay from you to Malik.
I think if we can get them to stand down and just let if we just get this Sable character to come by himself.
Okay. Malik wants to know, confirming, get them to lay down their arms and just bring out Sable.
I'm running the idea by Vesper as well.
Okay.
I don't even know if they need to lay down their arms as long as they stay back. If they don't approach besides Sable, we've got a lot of weaponry trained on them right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we'll have them just have only Sable approach.
Oh, so they are laying down their arms.
They just stay where they are.
Oh, okay. Alright, he relays it to Malik. Alright, gentlemen. As you approach the final section of Rampart, After some time, you are ordered to halt. A man who you recognize, Sable, stands up at the edge, right by one of the protective barriers mounted on the rock, and says, "Stop right there." Oh, that's Scott. Okay, let me fix this. Stop.
Stop right there.
How do I? Oh gosh, how do I un-Scottish? How do I un-Scottish? British. I'm British.
You're trapped.
You're
You're trapped here with
I'm
me.
British. Stop right there. Proceed no further.
As you wish.
Alright, the Helm Tower stops the flag, the animated armors take a little bit of second, and then they stop, and the Helm Towers form a little guard around you. No one is to proceed. Ah! Un-Scottish! Un-Scottish! No one is to proceed. No one is to proceed. No one is to proceed. Except Stable.
I know Malik.
You know of him. You recognize him from descriptions. This is the leader of the rebel army.
With all due respect, Malik, I stand as a representative of King Xerxes.
Bad move.
However,
Too much of a coward to come himself, then.
however, behind me stands the representatives of the elves. Should you not meet with both representatives?
Allow me to deliberate. I cannot do it, guys. I can't do it. I can't un-Scottish. It's over. It's actually over. My brain
Allow me
poisoned.
to deliberate.
Allow me
You're
to-
trapped in
allow me-
Scotland.
I'm trapped in Scotland. I can't get out. I've been stuck in it for too bloody long. All right. Hold on. I can get it. Because I just need to...
The bagpipes are ears
Malik's voice is
splitting.
down here. Malik's voice is down here. I've got it. Malik's back. Yes. All right. I'll need to confer. Don't move. All right.
By all means.
He looks back at Jarek, and then Jarek proceeds to Malachi. Malik says that Sable says that there's two representatives of Xerxes and of the elves, and that you should meet with both. That's what he says. What should we do?
If it's only two, then no. Tell them this is a test of goodwill. We'll see one ambassador at a time.
All right. Very well, but we'll only see one ambassador at a time. We will meet with Sable first. Then, if the elves wish to send their ambassador, so be it. Only one of each.
How very brave of the army that has decided to host us.
Malik whispers something under his breath. Can you read lips?
I would be very
Probably
surprised if
can.
Sable could
I'd be
not.
surprised if you didn't read lips. I'm gonna give you a weak DC. I'm gonna give you like a DC 5 active perception.
Well, as long as they don't roll a 1.
Yep.
I did not roll a 1.
All right. He whispers under his breath. You catch his lips. They say, "Sarcastic bastard."
I do believe that is part of my charm.
What are you talking about? Ah, it's what
What are you talking about?
It's so over. I don't think I've ever had to jump between British and Scottish like this, and clearly it's a problem. What are you talking about?
Oh, just my sarcasm.
All right. If you are a diplomat of Xerxes, you're welcome here, I suppose. But watch your step, and your hands, and everything else. All right.
Or else,
Or else things may end poorly for you. All right.
I'll walk up to the gate
One of the
after telling.
good luck.
Can,
You start
Can
walking
we-
up to the gate. Yeah.
can we request which soldier meets him at the gate?
Yeah.
The one who had a lot of big ideas.
Oh, you bringing out Nero, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Bet.
The guy who had a lot of big ideas.
Nero Poulter is there to greet Sable at the gate with some of the other men of his unit. He immediately
I trust
salutes
him.
Sable with a Coruscare salute and says, "Right this way, sir." As this is happening, the mage steps forward. Elithor tries to pull him back. Does he succeed? Yes, he does. The mage gets in a short argument. Okay, Elithor's doing work out here. He just rolled a nat 20 to shut this guy the hell up. There's been a lot of rolls going on behind the scenes, and this man just actually stopped this guy from... Okay. That's funny. Yeah, none of that's planned. He's actually succeeded every roll in bringing that guy in.
I'm gonna stop as I pass Malik.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna follow you.
Well, as he follows, I'm gonna... Sir Malik, behind me lies a representative of the elves, and then an elf mage who I just can't seem to see eye to eye with.
Are we walking you to Malachi? Is that the goal? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time because I want.
No, I wasn't really asking you. I'm asking them. But yes, you can do whatever you want.
I'm taking my time. I'm going slow.
That's fine.
Can we have a Gosh,
Writing in my notepad, very slow walker.
Yep.
I feel like it's late to say this. I don't know if we'd
It's
have
really
had
not.
like I just mean if someone would have I don't want him seeing our formations or anything, so blindfold him.
Yeah. That's fair. Alright, well, Sable, you have to say everything you're saying in darkness.
Do you have dark
It's been
vision?
blindfolded.
Okay, so who's holding my hand then?
Probably.
I'm gonna stay at the gate. I'm not moving until somebody's holding my hand.
Nero has you.
Well, Nero, I seem to be tied to you at the hip.
Well, all due respect, you're not tied, sir. Just blinded.
Right? Come on, Poacher.
And would you like to, I don't know, tie up my wrists and ankles as well?
No, sir. This is just a
I'll
precaution.
gladly get on a spit for you.
Not necessary, sir. Though I appreciate the offer.
No, Malik,
Yes.
as I assume you're following us.
I'm not a subtle man, yes. I'm sure you can hear my gait.
Yes, this mage that is
Causing you trouble.
partied with us.
Hmm.
Please understand that although he may seem it, he represents nobody.
I'll take that into consideration.
And do keep an eye on him.
Alright, where am I taking this guy?
We need like a neutral location, but I think you can just take him to where we are.
And just like set up a table and chair?
Yeah.
Okay, outlooking the thing. Alright, cool. Would you like any magical backups, safeguards, etc. from Osnek? With love.
Oh, Grudge is here. Dry is here. I'll have
Nero and
Vespa.
Rain are here.
Yes, Vespa can come down.
Bubblestop's close to you too, so
Yeah,
I mean he
if
could even
he's-
join in for this power.
Yes, that's what I was going to suggest. I wasn't sure how far away he was. I still want FS where he is, so if anything goes up, he can alert other people to what's going on.
Is that Minecraft wood texture?
No, but it may be inspired by that. That's your
It's
table.
very close.
Yeah.
Aha, you fools, you led me into your camp. I'm actually a suicide bomber.
So true. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw. You're about to take 68d8 bludgeoning damage
Uh-huh.
as the
Allahu Akbar.
as the shrapnel of the metal surrounding Sable is echoes throughout the camp. Alright, is Nero sitting Sable down in a chair and unblindfolding him? Or are we keeping the blindfold on?
We can probably
I
take it off.
think, if we can kind of surround him,
Yeah.
just
Who's one of your other? You have another really good CQC guy I should pull for this.
Sage?
No. I mean, Sage is he's not. I'm talking close quarters combat people, like people that can restrain very quickly. Nero is one of those. There's a whole unit of guys that were
we've got
from.
we've got lots of people with us
That's
right
fine.
now.
I don't gotta name him, but there's another guy. Because
We've
remember,
got-
Malik had a private guard of super elitely trained CQC
Yes.
guys.
It's true. All right.
We'll get them on this. All right, Sable, you're sat down and your blindfold is taken off.
No, please. I've been quite enjoying the dark.
Before he would have taken off his thing, I want to do my. I don't know if disguise self can work like that, but I want to. Huh?
What do you want to do?
I still want to look like myself, but
Different face?
almost like a little more like my dad.
Well, remember that entire homebrew thing I made for you called Disguise Face? That we did because you tried to do that a bunch? So that you made your own spell because you're a sorcerer? You want to do that?
Yes, I know that, but I think I also have the ability to disguise myself just in general. Just I have the
You do.
spell itself at will.
Correct. Because you didn't have that initially.
Yeah.
Or I think Disguise Face is like there was something we did.
Yeah, no, we made it up, but then I got like the actual thing. So
Yeah, no, you can do that because of your. Oh, yeah, it's your warlock thing. I think Eldritch Invocation. Yeah. All right, that works.
So I'll do it. So I still look like me, but I just so I look slightly different than what he expects.
Okay. I don't know what he expects. We'll see. All right, Sable, you're
Well, he
presented
recognized
with
Malik.
you're presented with a man that looks pretty much like Malik, but slightly different. Different color robes, a different aura about him.
Oh, they've taken off my blindfold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No more darkness.
Malachi, I assume?
I'm sorry. You're a member of a noble house.
No, I'm common born, as you would.
Then
One of the pores.
I would
Less
appreciate
than.
it. I would appreciate it if you didn't speak to me as casually. Mr. Delumiere is fine.
May I get up then?
No, not yet.
Then I bow as much as I can while staying seated.
Okay.
Lord de Lumiere! I
No.
come as a humble servant as to discuss the current happenings and wherewithal of the kingdom and your, I look around, troop.
Curious. That almost sounds kind, genuine, until you realize you failed to tell me on whose behalf.
I don't think I've failed to tell you anything, as this is our first time discussing.
Yes, well, you say you come, but you
That's
were
it.
obviously sent. By whom?
By whom?
Yes.
By whom is a difficult question to answer. I said I came as a representative. However, at the current moment, more akin to prisoner? Upon King Xerxes' orders, I traveled to the Elven lands to discuss passage. Yet, have seemed to have found myself held as a political dissonant. And so have been forced to travel here to discuss God knows what with you.
It's curious. I have a friend here who could say the same.
Well, then I would be very glad to meet them.
I kind of like look back at Grodger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's me.
Yes, Grodger. I believe you may know this gentleman.
Oh, you dropped this?
Indeed, this would be our second meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like,
5-year-old hiding behind his dad's leg.
Except it's a giant Eldritch abomination.
He's probably not here anymore.
Oh no! Come on, for the intimidation factor.
Actually, no.
This is
Actually,
our
you're so right. You're actually so right.
this is our pet eldritch being.
Pet eldritch being.
so, it seems you found yourself in a similar position to what our friend found himself in. And yet, there didn't seem to be much mercy for him. Why should we show any to you?
Sure. Oh,
Your treatment for me makes no difference to the people who have sent me. To be quite honest with you, I do not expect and I do not wish to be treated as a guest. I'd like to discuss the things which, quite frankly, I still do not quite understand why I have been sent here as the... Like, who the hell even sent me here on the Elven side?
You don't know. The order just came down and they wanted you in the.
It was like the council, right?
Oh, the council did, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But in terms of
To be quite honest,
party, you don't know. Yeah.
What intent the council sent me here for has yet to be revealed to me. So do with that as you would.
And let us deal with what we do know. Why has Xerxes sent you?
As I've said, to obtain passage from the elves.
And I suppose passage from the elves would be to the Feywild?
Perhaps.
And in which case, it would seem that you've succeeded. Is that not a threat to our very security, our safety?
Are you asking me directly or rhetorically?
No, I'm asking you.
That would rely on your father's intents.
My father's intent. Who do you think I am?
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Malachi de Lumiere,
No, that's definitely him.
King Xerxes' father
No. Wait, what?
or son?
No.
No?
Nope.
No. So, all right. Here's the deal. Here's our little recap. Okay. I guess, yeah, it probably has been a while since we went over this. So, okay. 15 years ago, big coup. Malachi's father, Sol de Lumiere, murders the old king. Uh, he was the successor of the king because the king had no
Allegedly.
successors.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. As far as you're concerned, this is a done deal. Right. Murders the old king. No successor. The king had previously said, Sol de Lumiere will be my successor. Then a successor was found. Then all of a sudden, Sol kills the guy. I think we all know what happened there. Coup failed. The true successor of the old king, Rufus de Bellum, is installed. It's Xerxes, who rebrands himself from Xerxes de Bellum to Xerxes Nacht. Starts his own family thing, and now has a problem with Malachi.
Gotcha. Scratch what I just said then.
Been scratched.
Loud record scratching noise.
Fuck, where were we? Does that impose danger? No. That would depend on King Xerxes' intents.
Let me ask you a question, Sable. What is your occupation?
Some may call me an inquisitor.
And how came you to be in the service of King Xerxes?
I was but a mere peasant boy going from orphanage to orphanage, and he saw greatness within me and decided to nurture that. Eventually, I found myself under his tutelage and as a useful tool of his.
And so you are quite loyal to King Xerxes.
I owe him a great debt that I may never repay.
Yes. So much so that you would march here into our camp knowing our stance on King Xerxes. And you truly believe that the right decision was to follow King Xerxes' orders and have him grant access to the Feywild. Have him be granted access to the Feywild.
And what would you have done in my position? Disregard your lord's orders and then not meet with the other people of power?
Yes, that is precisely what I've done my entire life. You see, fundamentally, I cannot agree with King Xerxes, and even if I could, my brother, and certainly not the men of this camp, they could not.
Am
And so-
I King Xerxes?
No. And this
Then
is true.
do
You-
not treat me as a king.
Well, first of all, that was not happening at all. But more so, when you come bearing the banner of a king, as a diplomat, you are treated as the one who sent you. Such is the
The
privilege.
elves.
Was
I
the
came under the banner of the elves.
He is right about that. There was no banner of King Xerxes. It was an elven banner.
My lord.
So, my question next to you, and this will be the end of it. What next?
Well, and this is purely me speaking here. My advice would be to either allow me back to the elves to send a true diplomat from them that perhaps might know more than nothing, and then discuss this further with them, or you could just halt this here, I guess, and keep me and the other diplomat you sent as prisoners and expect a generous visit from the army of elves that sent us here.
Yes, yes. This is all well and good, and we will continue this conversation. But it seems that I am a bit parched, and it seems if I am to be motivated to talk any further, we'll need something from you, and that would be the Dragonborn. It would also be the soldier.
The Dragonborn?
Yes. And I believe there was a soldier and a satyr.
The ones in the King's Keep. Might those be the ones you're talking about?
When you say the King's Keep, are you saying that they are still being held captive by Xerxes even now?
Captive is such a interesting word.
Where
Am
are
I
they?
a captive?
Yes.
Well then, yes.
And you're saying they are with Xerxes at this current time?
How am I supposed to know? I haven't spoken to Xerxes in like 2 weeks now.
I don't know. You know, it feels like going through that portal just sucked 6 months out of your life. It's really hard to keep track of time. The Feywild didn't take anything from you, but it really feels like you were just in stasis forever.
So,
Closer to 7.
so you're saying you are unaware of the locations of the three I've mentioned?
Malachi, you are asking demands from a captive. You're captive.
I've asked no question of you. You are, as you said, a representative. So, go ahead and represent.
Am I a representative or a captive now?
You're a captive of mine, a representative of theirs. I asked simply, where are the... if you know where they are, and you said they are with Xerxes, is that what you're affirming?
I'm affirming, to the last of my understanding, yes. However, I have been on this journey for weeks now and cannot confirm their current whereabouts.
I'm going to insight check because that feels like a big lie.
You know it's a lie because you've talked to Rainey.
Exactly. Wait, yeah, I don't even have to insight check.
There's a problem. You two are talking about different people. Straight up.
No.
No, you are. Because Sable clarified, are you talking about the people in the King's Keep, which is Belair and Luke Cassio?
And which one of them is a Dragonborn?
Neither.
And which one's a satyr?
He wasn't talking about them.
That's what I said, a Dragonborn, a satyr, and a soldier.
And then I asked you if you were talking about the people in the King's Keep, and you said yes.
No, I said...
What happened was he asked you if they're still in the Keep. Because he doesn't know.
Yes, I understand.
The people Brent, you know the people he's asking about is Rainey and SF and whatever. Yeah, okay. So you're just lying.
No, I didn't lie yet.
Okay.
I asked him if he was talking about the people in the Keep, and he said yes. So I'm talking about the people in the Keep.
Okay. No, he's kind of right. He didn't say yes, but he did logically get there, and so you haven't lied yet. Yeah, Malachi, you do need to roll insight.
And I need deception then?
Yeah.
No, you don't need it at all.
I mean,
Oh, he rolled a 2.
Yeah, you can
Deception.
absolutely contest deception with insight.
But I'm just looking over at Vesper, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a passive insight of 20.
All right, what do you roll in deception? Say.
Okay.
Okay. Vesper, you're fairly certain that they're talking about two different groups of people. Malachi's inquiring about Rainy, but Sable deflected to other political prisoners that were in Grouder's group.
Okay, I'll just lean down to Malachi and basically say he's evading the question. He's not talking about the same people. Xerxes still has prisoners, but they're not the people you're talking about.
understood. Mr. Sable, it seems you are quite sharp-witted. Now, we have me.
That is why I'm employed, I believe.
Yes, and it seems that the better you are at your job, the less we trust you. So, I'm specifically asking about the satyr, the dragonborn, and the soldier. Where are they currently?
You keep asking me for current, but I keep telling you, it has been weeks since I've been in the castle.
So, are you saying that the satyr, the dragonborn, and the soldier are in the castle?
Or were when you left?
Literally face palming right now.
Why didn't they just zone of truth this guy?
That's
Get Sage over here.
Yeah.
coming next.
I'm literally face palming.
This is funny. All right, you want Zone of Truth? All right, Zone of Truth is on him.
He has to make a save, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Let me check. I mean, it would be a wisdom save, but I need to find. Charisma save. Interesting.
Charisma save?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's not what I expected, actually.
20.
I think that's a success. So.
Is he aware that they're like, what does that mean?
I'm looking.
Can I choose to fail it, though?
Yeah, you can.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm going to subtle spell hex him,
Okay.
and I'm going to hex charisma checks.
Okay.
Do I know that I was just trying to be put in the... Do they get like a... Yeah, do they get like a... Okay, do they know that I failed it?
Yeah.
Well, you succeeded.
Or that I succeeded my save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a big blaring alarm or something?
No.
No, you know when somebody fails the save,
Yeah.
or you know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. That's what it says.
Gotcha.
So Sage just is shaking his head after he tries to cast Zone of Truth.
Yeah, and so I subtle spell hexed him.
Yep. Is that disadvantage or a minus something on his?
Disadvantage on all of his charisma checks.
Okay.
All right. I was hoping that this would go a lot simpler. We are aware of certain things that you don't even know we're aware of, and the best thing to do would have just been to tell us the truth. I do agree. I feel that you are but a pawn in the hands of much more brusque people. And I still think that granted, and given what you are good at, there is still hope, perhaps. But that may not be now. And so, we will speak to your compatriot, the other ambassador, in hopes that he will be more, less belligerent. You are dismissed.
Oh, well, fine. Hold on.
I cannot wait for him to have a conversation with my compatriot.
Yeah, it's may not be what you expect. You are being escorted back currently. All right. You're back out the front gate. Malik heads back out. We ready for number 2?
Yes.
Great. All right.
I'm gonna give the rundown to Illithor,
Yep. What's the
and
run?
I'm basically gonna tell him, well, Illithor, it seems you are now the Elven representative.
Why would I be the elven representative? That's ridiculous.
Because I said so.
What do you mean you say
Go have
so?
fun. Don't say anything stupid.
The maid says, I think not. I will be
Shut
taking
up.
it from here, gentlemen. I believe it's time for you to practice some silence. The mage begins to cast a spell. Alethor says, hold on. Oh, the bastard's doing ascending. Oh, I don't know what they're gonna do, but okay, we should maybe back up. Alright, Nero's a little bit jumpy. Malik is pointing. All of a sudden, you are greeted with the sudden teleporting appearance aura of a high elf in full robes, upon which is a Pegasus.
What?
Yes.
Other way around.
Wait, other way
yes,
around.
Other way around. There's a Pegasus, like already on top of
No
it.
wonder you're in shock.
He teleports in a little
He's
bit weird.
dead.
He's got a
I don't know
back
that
onto
that
his,
being
his
a
Pegasus.
pretty powerful play.
He falls
big.
under the
questionable.
Pegasus.
Big move, big move. Alright, he's riding a Pegasus. And entering, he says, I am here to meet with the leaders of this camp. Alright, well, Malik immediately looks over, and then Jarek is going to run info and say to Malachi, somebody just teleported in on a horse.
Teleported, you said.
Correct.
All right.
Sounds like the elven representative.
That is. We
All
may
right.
need to move where we meet.
Immediately, Malagath is going to look up and say, Malik de Lumiere, may I accompany my steed into your quarters? Malik says, hold for right now. We need word on how to proceed. We weren't expecting another visitor. Alright, what are we doing?
So he does speak common.
This is Malgath, yeah.
We need him to basically tell us who he is before we let him in.
Okay, alright. Got it. Exactly who are you? My name is Malgath Halanth. I'm the Grand Inspector on the Kyriel Plateau.
Hearing if it's relayed and I hear Kyril Plateau,
It's relayed.
I'm going to ask the only person I know here who's been on the Kyril Plateau, my boy Roger.
Yeah.
It seems there's someone here named Malgath Halanth. He says he's the Grand Inspector. Is this true?
Yeah.
This is actually true.
Yes.
All right. So
I mean,
I
who
should-
else works on all Pegasus?
I should let him. I should let him in. Is what you're saying?
Probably.
I quickly send back. Tell him, give us 5 minutes to prepare.
Okay.
And during that 5 minutes, I'm sending to Thessarlon.
Give me 1 sec. Who the heck is the other? Oh, yeah.
And I am sending.
Okay.
It seems one of your council members has arrived. Should I be concerned?
No, but treat him carefully. He operates with a great degree of power in this arena.
Perfect. Malik, have him enter.
On horse?
Yes.
All right.
It's not a horse.
Well, Jarek doesn't know that. All right.
You can't tell by the massive. Never mind.
He
Whatever.
doesn't know the
Yeah,
word
the
for
Jared-
average person
Jared
has
can't
seen
see
a
it.
Pegasus.
He's a Goliath. He lives in the mountains. You don't know that. All right. Luke says, "Very well. You're cleared to enter, Grand Inspector Malgath Palanth. You and
No.
your steed.
Shut the doors behind him. Well, not
Excellent.
doors.
Where's
May my personal mage accompany me.
no?
That is not acceptable. Very well. I'll make do without." All right. He enters on his Pegasus nobly. Gold and green armor.
I'm going to go out. I think we should go out to meet him.
Okay. Who's joining you?
I mean,
I'm gonna go.
yeah.
Um,
Bring
Bring some
Meteor.
muscle. Bring Meteor.
Yeah, Meteor Blopple. Because this is someone who I actually know is like noble, I think it's better that we would treat him that way.
Yeah.
So let's just change it a little bit.
Okay. Is Grouger coming?
I'll leave that up to Grodja.
This is a funny question. Well, I'm asking Roger. This is a very funny question.
No.
Probably, yeah. Just to confirm, I'm pretty sure you and I both know, but
Actually, I'm going to ask Grodja. Grodja, you're probably the person that Siobhan is closest with. With the Grand Inspector here, I somewhat worry for her safety. Would you mind just being with her?
But what about my safety?
Wait, why would your safety be in jeopardy more than the rest of us? Is there something going on here, Grodja?
He's making a really funny face.
Look, Grodja.
Let's just say that the guy that just showed up, may or may not want me dead.
In
So
which
showing
case,
my face might be a really bad idea.
in which case, I stand by. Go with Siobhan and go into the mansion. Stay here.
Oh, she's in the mansion? Alright, yeah, then I'll definitely do that. I thought she was in. Ooh, carrots.
all right, there you go. Okay, and the rest of the envoy sets
Like,
out. I
skips
presume,
away.
yes? All right. So I presume you meet Malgath on the road down.
As he's approaching, as he's a few yards away, I bow. I give him like a customary high Lucinian greeting, and then I say hello to him in Elvish.
Yep. He dismounts his horse, and then responding in Elvish, he says, "Alakai de Lumiere. It's a pleasure to finally meet, or so I hope. We have much to discuss."
Well, I had not expected to have the privilege to meet one as prestigious as you, but I will take the blessings.
Circumstances require it. As you know, there are many powers at work here, the most concerning of which being the hand of King Xerxes.
And that we can agree on. And so I will take the blessings where they come.
Where shall we discuss?
Yes, and we can find a secluded area in which we can speak. And I make introductions. This is my wife, Trya, and is some of the leaders of my camp, Vespa, Intana, and
Drybark. This is the real name. Drybark Quickway.
Pleasure to meet you.
Indeed.
and of course, one of my dearest and interestingly most powerful friends, Bloppletop.
Yes, you're quite the enigma, Mr. Bloppletop.
And Rain and meet you. Yes, please follow us.
Very well. All right, where are we going?
Uh,
You got a good lunch spot picked out? Like, we doing a luncheon? We getting ribs or like, what's
uh,
the deal?
no, I think we will have. We'll
Actually,
send.
Five Guys. I think we're gonna go to Five
Okay,
Guys.
I'm actually down for that.
Have the Lucinian chef start preparing like
Oh
old
yeah, in the Magic Mansion.
home.
All right, clear out the magic mansion.
Something from home. No. We're not going in there.
Yeah. They can come out and cook. They can do that. Where are we going though? For real?
They can?
Somewhere neutral.
Somewhere neutral. Where would that be?
And we might as well just go back where we're.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have his Pegasus off to the side. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull up a billion other things. Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
I'm gonna stand pretty far behind him.
Behind Malachi?
No, behind Malgath.
Okay.
And after everyone is settled, I'm gonna turn on the anti-magic amulet so that he's within it, but Malachi isn't, so I don't mess up his disguise thing.
Okay, nice. All right. Should Sage go back at the front, or is he still good here? Does it matter?
We have Bloppletop's here. We don't need.
All right.
In case anything happens anywhere else, I'd like us to be welcome.
Trash can. All right. Malgath sits down and says,
Please have a seat.
"Yes, quite the setup you have here. Most impressive. My mage was telling me you had quite a litany of traps set out. You really threw him through a loop. I think he was overthinking much of it. I appreciate you didn't do anything too lethal.
No,
Certainly
that's
would have
not
soured the occasion.
Unlike your experience with certain Lucinians, we are not all bloodthirsty.
Indeed.
Looks like they didn't find the worst traps.
Yes. Well, the situation is as follows. First, let me state that it's very rare that the council becomes directly involved in these things, but frankly, I don't trust anyone else to deal with a matter of this importance. I've gained the general's approval to proceed with an investigation, and I also have a personal stake in a piece of the situation. The reality is this: some time ago, recently, Stable and a, shall we say, rogue elf who we have kept loose tabs on by the name of Elithor, surname dropped, arrive on our doorstep with an interesting entourage of characters, some of which you know. Your Dragonborn, the Satyr, and the strange, dirty fellow. All of them, in addition to the unpleasant company of Ravenna, whom we had not yet had the displeasure of interacting with.
Can I do a performance check to see if I can hold my composure upon hearing the name Ravenna?
Yeah.
I fail.
Okay. Yeah, he noticed it, and he just nodded like yes.
She is quite unpleasant.
Very much so. We may have caused some trouble for ourselves by sending her away, perhaps against King Xerxes' wishes.
You sent her away, you said?
Yes, we did.
Curious. I don't mean to force you to show any hands, not that I could force you, but are you allied with them?
That is a complicated matter. Formally, no. Informally, no. But currently, everything is very much in the air. Allow me, if you will, to do something I rarely do, which is disclose a lot of information. Needless to say, this should not go outside of this meeting. In fact, does anyone else outside of us speak Elvish? Because I would prefer that we be the only ones on this channel, shall we say. In fact, I would be willing, and then he starts messaging you psychically, to message you directly as well.
Oh,
Is that magic?
Yes.
And it doesn't work.
He seems a little He seems a little perturbed and says, "Anti-magic?"
We have some precautions.
Fair enough. If you wish to speak securely, I'm willing to message you.
I'm looking at Malachi for him to nod or something.
I'll nod.
All right, I'll turn it off.
Well, is this the sort of thing that cannot be shared with my inner circle? Must it be only for my ears?
I would hold off for now.
All
I'll be
right.
completely honest, and he goes straight to messaging. We're
Okay.
not quite sure what to think of Malik, and would like to inquire more on his role here and exactly what it is you plan to accomplish. But first, I'd like to disclose to you the situation so we know where we both stand as independent parties in this conundrum we find ourselves in.
Then my mind is yours to message, and I nod at Vesper.
Excellent.
I think he was
Well,
already
that's
messaging
it.
you.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he had already begun.
Okay.
As I had stated, the individuals I described arrived at the plateau somehow by breaching our defenses, which is another issue. But at least they did not come inciting war. Sable came with a letter from Xerxes outlining you as a political enemy and a threat to Elvendom, the Feywild, and the greater continent of Mandril. Appealed to the fact that while we may not be concerned with most happenings of Mandril, this was of a particular threat, as you may come to us attempting to drag you into our conflict, which was most curious because it was in fact the other way around.
I point to my wife, who is very much a Fey being,
Yes.
and as you can see, I bear the opposite of ill will towards the Fey.
You in fact bear quite a resemblance to the Elvish in spirit, appearance, and class. Regardless, flattery aside, I don't wish to butter you up anyway. The reality of the situation is after Sable's proposal, we are left in a difficult situation. Xerxes would not risk all-out war with the plateau. As far as we understand, he knows very little of our capabilities, but information revealed he knows more than we thought, which leads us to proceed with caution. After much deliberation, we determined that we would be taking our own independent journey into the Feywild. He, of course, requested that we grant him access to the Feywild through some means so that he could eliminate the threat himself. Upon that not working, or perhaps upon Ravenna's impatience, she introduced us to a new threat of which we know little, but unfortunately had experience with, that being the Moon Lord.
I have
I'm not sure if this means anything to you.
no, I have heard of the Moon.
Unfortunate.
I am aware that he
sent an agent to threaten the life of our Grand Magician Thesarlon, and it was actually a combination of Thesarlon's quick wit and Sable, which ended up diffusing the situation. On the topic of Sable, he's a character I haven't quite figured out. He seems to be a bit confused and pulled in several directions. Quite a sharp wit. We have our own file on him. But we're not sure exactly how deep his allegiances to King Xerxes lie. We're fairly certain that the whole charade that Ravenna pulled may have weakened those ties.
well. I know the depth that some will go to honor favor or to honor kindness, but I'm willing to have further conversation with this Mr. Sable. As it stands, I suppose the major question truly is, have you decided that the Moon Lord is a bigger threat than King Xerxes?
He starts laughing. We have nowhere near enough information to that determination. The only thing the Council is in relative agreement on is not to proceed with an outright alliance with King Xerxes. The issue is, since he's made contact, and since we haven't exactly responded kindly to that contact, we're not sure what actions he may take. And
So essentially,
due to the fact that he knows more about us than we had wished, Elvendom itself on the Carol Plateau may be in danger. Or at least we're preparing for that possibility.
well, I trust you all as the powerful magic wielders and strategists that you are. I know that you all are quite capable, but if there is a war brewing between you and Xerxes, I can say this with utmost certainty. And I know that my brother, the wild card though you may think he is, he would 100% agree with me when I say you would have the entire force of our magic and our weaponry at your side if you ever
Chuckles a
decide
little bit.
to do that.
It's kind of writing off. He says, "All right, I appreciate it. The reality is, I don't think Xerxes would risk an all-out war with us. He could do some damage. He appears to have his own semi-competent spy network. But in terms of his real goal, he wants you dead.
Yes,
And while he wouldn't risk a war with us to achieve that, there may be any number of things he attempts to achieve that.
yes. Well, living
Now-
with the wolves has not been something that's kept me alive. It must be a decisive decision. And I will be bold. Usually I play my cards close to the chest, but I will say this. I would prefer that our little group here would be allied with you.
I propose the same thing and have very few conditions, which I hope you'll find favorable.
Well, perhaps your conditions may inspire conditions of my own.
Well, if it's alright, I'd like to hear what you have in mind first.
Well, and this one is purely personal. I want information on a certain person.
Oh, my files are expansive.
Yes. I'm looking for one by the name of Michaela de Lumiere.
He's like stun locked. It's like, well, I should have anticipated that question. As inspector, I have liberty to disclose anything I'd like on the matter. She's safe. She's on the Cairo Plateau. The Saarland has ensured that she has come to no harm.
Please allow me one brief moment, if I could. I think my brother, you will find that he's a lot more agreeable having heard this.
Very well. If there's any information I permit you to spread, it is that.
So I send through the chain to Malik. Oh no, I just take 5 minutes and just send directly to him because, yeah, that's more personal.
Okay. I mean, you could just
So-
physically go get him. He could be over in like 30 seconds.
But then he'd have to go back.
Yeah. He could be in on this meeting too, but
All right.
Malgath doesn't want him here.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'd rather just say, brother, our sister, she is safe. She is well on the Cairo Plateau. And if all goes well, we may be reunited sooner than we hope.
That's excellent news. Perhaps the best news I've had since I met you. Again.
Yes, so just hold on. Hope has kept us this far. We shan't lose it now. And I return to the conversation. I kind of just wipe a tear.
Now, there are some complicating factors. We're not exactly entirely sure how she came to be on the plateau. Her testimony is somewhat unbelievable, but justified in the fact that there is no other explanation. She appeared to be teleported there by someone who knew the very specific location which she arrived, which was at the temple. That temple has undergone a lot of change over many, many years. The area she appeared on, surprisingly and curiously, was over an old ritual teleportation circle, which had been no longer active.
Long defunct.
Indeed. Someone, however, knew it was there before, and that was enough to get her there with her without the circle.
Inquisitor, if I may. As important as this news is to me personally, I would be a horrible leader if I focused on my personal before I focus on the good of my men. And so there is time. We will discuss this further, and I thank you. Perhaps you share one of your conditions, and we get this alliance started.
Very well. The first condition is fairly straightforward, as will be the second. The return of Siobhan to her father.
If I may, I know that the Cairo Plateau has not had the best relationship with its half-elves.
Let me clarify. Not the return of Siobhan to the Cairo Plateau, the return of Siobhan to her father.
All right.
This is acceptable to you?
She may despise me for this, but I would do
Tough
anything
choice.
to be reunited with my father. So,
Very well.
yes.
Do you have anything else concerning you?
Currently, no, I believe that there is much that we can offer, more than you might even expect. And so, if this is to be, I hope you don't mind if we get it formally documented, sealed.
We already have a proposal drafted, in Elvish, of course. The specific details outside of the conditions are not exactly that we'll join you in a righteous war, but that we'll do our best to ensure that war does not break out. Not that we join you, but that we will not parley with Xerxes. We'll do what we can to give you a leg up and keep you alive in the means that we are able to provide that.
And what of aiding us?
We can offer a little more than resources, magical
Well,
or physical.
Yes, this is more so what I meant. That would be immensely appreciated. But how can we help you?
Well, we have the contract drafted, which will outline some more basic conditions. The last thing I have, as a personal matter, is a deliver of a certain prisoner who I believe you have in your possession. He's been going by the name Grozer Griff. His actual name is Albert. I want him delivered to me.
Is with this guy and outing people's real names.
You want him delivered to you,
Correct.
and
UPS overnight, please.
may I ask what delivering him to you entails, and what will happen to him?
He's evaded a death sentence. It's long overdue.
Womp womp.
Could you be persuaded?
Persuaded to what? His
Well-
voice gets low and his eyes narrow. He's not pleased.
Well, I'm not the storyteller that my friend is, but in the time that I've known him, he's been a valuable asset. He's been a great companion. And I will tell you this. He personally assured and secured the safety of the daughter of the Grand Magician.
Unfortunately, that does not reverse the crimes he's committed.
I do not ask that he be necessarily pardon, but if perhaps his sentence could shift, one that allows him to continue to do good, that allows him to persist, and perhaps, I don't know exactly the extent of these crimes, but I do believe that we can always strive to make up for them.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Groger will be delivered. If this alliance is to be secured, Groger will be delivered as a prisoner, and the sentence will be carried out.
Are they still in telepathic communication mode?
Yep. So it's just
So-
been
We've just been
silent-
sitting here.
Yeah, just awkwardly.
He like chuckled at one point. That was definitely something he
Yeah,
did.
Absolutely.
That's. I didn't even realize that was
He
just in the middle of a silent
And
conversation.
you see some of the body language where he leans forward and his eyes in there, but like,
And like
No.
Malachi cried a little bit.
yeah.
It's a lot going. You've given me a lot to think about, Grand Inquisitor. And you're saying this alliance, this treaty, will not function as long as Groja is at our side.
That's correct.
And I don't mean to be presumptuous when I ask this. This agreement, this treaty, was this the idea of the entire council?
The council approves the treaty and all the conditions set therefor, including my own stipulations.
And would you mind telling me what crimes he's guilty of?
Stealing ice cream,
I would mind. Those remain confidential.
mail fraud.
Polygamy. Only polygamy.
Holding
You've
salmon.
given me much to think about, and I trust you'll understand when I say I cannot make this decision by myself.
I'm sure. I never make decisions by myself, thankfully.
Beautiful. Give us... What time is it by now?
Probably like 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
May we have the evening.
That's acceptable. The only other matter of business, so you're aware, we're still in possession of a dragonborn, the satyr, who is likely going to be hostile towards you, and the dirty man.
Dirty man.
They're not prisoners, of course, but what we do
So
with
you're
them
saying
is-
they are here in the Feywild?
That's correct.
Perfect.
Minus a few hiccups on their arrival, which have been resolved.
Perfect. This has been...
Sorry, we time travel you.
This has been...
No, that was about the body swap.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
has been excellent, and as someone who has always admired the elven culture, it is an honor to meet you.
Indeed.
And, please, I'll have my men escort you out.
That won't be necessary.
Do you need a meal or anything to
Yes,
eat
his pigs.
before you
He said,
fly off?
I'll be fine. It was a pleasure meeting with you, Mr. Delumiere. I hope to hear from you tomorrow morning. Take the evening, think things over, and decide how you wish to proceed on the other three. We'll be ready.
I give a bow.
Yep. He flies off. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
I grab the table, and my knuckles turn white. I go group meeting, OG group.
Yep.
Okay. OG group right here, right now.
No, we're going into the mansion.
The mansion's a maze, by the way. It sucks. But you can go to the mansion. There's some rooms in it. Alright, who else?
I guess we'll just tell Malik to
Yeah.
hold tight.
Yep.
It's a good thing that guy went and hid.
Yeah. It's probably a really good idea.
It's
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
because there's no
specific-
dweeby. Poor little guy.
I'm specifically not bringing Malik because Malik will do anything to get our sister. So
That's correct.
He'll go find Roger immediately, chain him up.
Those
exactly.
nuts off.
It's like, oh, is that all you want?
All right. Magic Mansion room being laid down. Here's your Magic Mansion meeting room. Gentlemen of the OG Council.
Oh wow, this is it.
No.
What happened to everyone else? We're all dead.
Yeah, that's true. Roger's the only one who was at Nightmare the first time.
How long has it been since anyone in this camp has even thought of Dweeby?
I don't know, probably a good amount of time. He's chilling, dude.
No,
He's
no,
a week into building his
That's fucked
retirement
up, man.
community.
It's been a couple weeks
Has
because
anyone even thought about
That's
it?
fucked up, John. That's fucked up.
it's been a couple weeks. Zephyr was with him.
Yeah.
It is pretty fucked up.
Gentlemen, we have much to discuss, and there are certain things that I would have to discuss with my brother soon, and it is out of the friendship that we have. I am breaking the chain of command and speaking with you all first. First off, the elves would like to ally with us, which is
Fantastic.
good news. Good news. Good news.
What's the bad news?
Well, I'll get to that. They had two conditions, mainly. They said they would not actively engage in war, but they would supply us with information and tools, and both magical and mundane, and armor and so on, which excellent things that we truly do need. And in exchange, they ask for Siobhan to be reunited with her father. I don't suspect any of us have any complaints there. Roger, I know you've bonded with her.
I mean, does she want that?
I couldn't imagine why she wouldn't. She seemed to be quite fond of her father, from what I could tell.
I mean, then there shouldn't be an issue then.
Good. I'm glad that you seem so on board with this.
He wasn't out. I understand.
Because they had the second request was actually quite similar.
We got another daughter who needs to be reunited with her father. How many of those do we have? That's kind of crazy.
Place your bets on who it is. I mean, could be anyone.
In
If it's
in a manner of speaking, I'll just be blunt. Roger, you're a wanted criminal on the Chiral Plateau. And
Nah,
now, I will say, in the time that I've known you, I do not care about your past. I don't think any of us cares. But this could mean great things for our army. And
What do they want with him?
the High
chemical
Inquisitor. I tried. Roger, I tried. I tried to. They want you dead, Roger.
Yeah.
I tried. I tried to see if he could shift your punishment. I told him of all that you had done. I told him how you helped the Grand Magician's daughter, how she's alive, largely because of you. I shared so much, and he would not flinch. And I hate to sound selfish, but this alliance would allow me to be reunited with my
So
sister.
you're suggesting that he walk into their arms and die?
No, I'm not. I'm not Blubbletop. I would not. I would not do that at all. We have been, and we have always been for some time, quite the crafty crew. I don't want to get onto the bad side of the elves, but they also have Rainy, SF, and Cagliari.
Do we know about Cagliari already?
Yes.
Like the common people?
Yeah.
Do we know Cagliari is? We've heard of this character
I
before.
just couldn't remember what went down.
So, you see why it was difficult. I did not agree. I said, give us the evening to talk.
What did you
Roger.
do, Roger?
Metal fraud.
Can I insight check that?
Of course.
You need to?
Yes.
Do you think metal fraud's a death sentence?
Listen, man. I was a courier in my youth. I respect the mail system.
That stupid Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode. Where's like the mail. We're the wardens. We keep the world safe. It's like you're a post office guy. Oh, yeah. The answer's no. That's not right.
I'll be honest. This is possibly the most difficult decision. I don't want to go to war with the elves. They don't want to ally with Xerxes either. It's Cagliari, Rainy, SF.
Everyone's here.
I think this is a very simple decision, but I know you guys aren't going to just want to hand him over. But I can't think of anything better.
If they only wanted to imprison him, Vesper, then I might feel less guilty, but they want to kill him.
Well, my first thought is that we say he overheard the meeting and left, and he's gone, and we don't know where he went. But they're mages. They'll probably be able to track him down, and we're not going to be able to get him out of the Feywild without raising questions about how he got a portal out of the Feywild without us knowing.
And even if this was true and they discovered that we were lying and we supported him, well, they know that we're discussing this, so I suppose that's fine. But if they knew that we were aiding and abetting him with, like, as you suggested, that would not look good on our parts either. I did have an idea, but they are quite powerful. I thought of what if we killed Roger on their behalf? You know,
It would be very handy if we still had that doppelganger hanging around somewhere. That other Roger.
It is in his body.
but
Hey, buddy, we've got a mission for you.
hold on. But we do. No, but we do. At the archives.
Is it? Oh.
Oh.
Yes, he's sort of sludge, though. Isn't he?
We have
He's a little bit.
We do have some very powerful spellcasters here.
It's a very old corpse.
We do have some very powerful spellcasters here.
Yes.
I've heard of great magic that can allow for
Some elbow grease and make him right good as new.
a sort of resurrection that is whole, complete, true, as it were.
That sounds expensive.
Well, how much cursed gold is worth a life? Oh, by the
First
way,
gold.
by the way, Bloppertop, gold is cursed.
Floppertop, roll history for me real quick.
Yes, of course, the cursed gold from the Dragon's Lair that we all agreed not to take any. That gold.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I got a 1+1.
It's an old phone.
I don't know what you're referring to, Brendan.
I must be dumb, man. Forget it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I just don't know. When was this? As the Mal guy?
Yeah.
I just said Siobhan.
No,
That's what about or what?
that's not what I was talking about. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. Okay. What was it, Jacob?
No, I just made a dumb joke.
Somebody said something. I don't remember.
He got a 1+1 on his check.
Oh, for history?
Yeah.
Bubble Trip, you're trying to remember anything about Curse. You don't remember that. But you are thinking about how you've been feeling the last week, and you feel like your vision's been getting a little bit worse. But maybe that's unrelated. I don't know.
All right.
Perhaps we call Sage just in case. Kind of like he did for Robin, remove any curse or so on. I suppose it might be possible that you could just give up the money, but
Huh?
What are you talking about?
all right. Regardless, if we were able to resurrect Bill instead,
Right. Is it better to condemn an innocent man to death than our friend?
Roger.
I mean, if we could somehow restore his body to look as if it was freshly killed without fully resurrecting him, that would probably be more humane than bringing him back just to kill him again.
We can make up some story about how one of the lower officers heard about the crimes he had committed and killed him out of rage. You know, we kind of lost control of the situation. He died.
That's not going to work. There's only one way out of it. And
What if we don't align with the elves?
that's not an option.
Yeah. I feel like if we don't do that, they're going to try to get him anyway.
And Ploppletop, they know about the Moon Lord as well. And they're looking for partnership there as well. With as many enemies as we have, we need allies.
Pure arithmetic, I think it's a no-brainer choice, but
You would say that.
I did say that earlier, and I'm saying it again.
So you're suggesting we just give up Roger?
Well,
Roger
it feels
gets
weird to say
off-screen
while
death.
he's in the room, but yes.
Roger, you're among friends here. What do you want?
I mean, there's only really one choice. Problem is if you try the dead guy or whatever his name is, that looked like me. There's a lot of those people apparently.
Oh, can we find another one?
I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing at the castle. Don't worry about it. It's a long story. We don't have time right now.
No. We specifically bought time. Well, we
What,
haven't.
a few hours?
Yes, till tomorrow.
Anyway, you gotta let me go. You gotta give me to him. It's the only option. I've been running for a while, and well, looks like it's over.
So what
So-
happened?
They're definitely going to kill him, right? Like they're not just going to take him to put him on trial to potentially face the death sentence. They're decided, right? Is that
That can be
I mean, there's probably like gonna be a formality, but not like anything's gonna change. Mail fraud's pretty serious.
again. I tried. I asked for like the opportunity for him to do some sort of parole, to sort of
You're gonna do community service.
you know, fighting the Moon Lord. I thought surely would make up for it, but the High Inquisitor is sold on this action.
And you mentioned you brought up Siobhan, right?
Yes.
And that didn't get anywhere. What if we had Siobhan talk to them?
that might be an idea? I thought you meant we say you're not getting Siobhan unless you let go of Grodger, in which case
I don't think
they
that
will
would
just...
be. I don't think that would be smart.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let him cook. Actually,
Well,
Perhaps we should go talk to Siobhan about this.
I know if it comes to the point where we have to make the tough decision, involving Siobhan is only going to make it more difficult.
Well, I mean, she's going to find out eventually.
Yes, this is true. All right. Well, I will. Should I just call her in?
call her on like her cell phone or whatever.
Yes, I'll have someone go get her. And,
I feel like we're missing someone. I feel like there's usually 5 of us or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels odd.
Weird.
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know. Who would you be missing?
Dweeby for sure.
Dragon's Lair parts, definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Actual hero. Actually saved Malachi's wife. Outsmarted
He would
a
sacrifice
dragon.
Grodger in a
He
heartbeat.
killed 2 dragons, outsmarted a dragon, and saved Malachi's wife.
Yeah, I owe a great debt to, what is he now? Corporal Parts?
Master Sergeant parts.
Master Sergeant?
God damn, you got another?
Yes! He's one of the most elite warriors in the camp.
What a Chad.
I know.
No joke characters though.
No joke characters though.
Where's Siobhan?
Probably elsewhere in the mansion.
Sending for her.
He's all grizzled now. He's got an eye patch, a dragon tattoo on his bicep.
He didn't lose an eye. He's just wearing an eye.
He's just wearing an eye patch, of course.
Alright. Where's Siobhan? She's
I was literally trying to avoid having this conversation.
Well,
I would have to talk to myself.
maybe you should delegate it to Grodger.
Well, you're telling me. I said if I got all my characters here, I'd put them
So
all in a room together.
I gotta now friggin' be like, hey,
Siobhan, Uncle Grodger has to go away for a while.
I'm gonna go to the farm.
I'm going upstate.
You can't visit. No, there's a ton of other. It'll be fun. There's like game consoles and stuff. Like it'll be fun.
You may see me again one day. I won't recognize you. Don't think too much about it. But just know that is me, and I'm okay.
How are we handling it?
Perfect. So I'll meet Siobhan at the door.
Oops.
I'll say, Siobhan, dear, we need to have a conversation with you.
Roger's gonna die.
Well, Grodger,
Not just die, but be killed.
Grodger has something he'd like to say to you.
Wait, what?
You're gonna make him do it?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I think it's better if he says. Blob.
Hey, Siobhan, they're gonna, hand me over to the elves who are gonna kill me.
Let the man talk. He's gotta figure out how to do this.
Hey,
I,
you're gonna see your father again. Isn't that gonna be cool?
I guess so. I mean, I did run away from home, like you did.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention that.
Why? Why? What's going on?
I'm going back too. It's great. It's gonna be fun.
Oh wait, you're going back to the Kyrie Plateau.
Yeah.
I know it's quite different there, and I know my dad's like higher up and stuff. But do you think we can still hang out while on the Kyrie Plateau?
Maybe they're putting me to work. I got a lot of. I don't have a lot of free time.
He's lying to her.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I don't.
Are we all in the room still?
Yeah, I think so.
They all
The
all like
council
a
of men put their hands folded, stone-faced, legs.
eating popcorn.
Roger, tell her.
I don't know. Do I have to go back? I mean,
Unfortunately, we both have to go back. It's
But-
part of their demands.
I'm learning so much magic here. I mean, it's different. Nobody here judges me for being a half elf, and it's great. And I thought this was what we want.
Malachi, I thought you said she didn't have to go back to the plateau.
Specifically, Siobhan, they would like you to go back to your father. Yeah, but my dad is on the Kyrie Plateau. How is that different?
I think he might be here with the rest of them.
My dad's here, like in the Feywild.
Maybe there's a lot of elves out there.
Okay, so this is really happening, and we'll both be back, hopefully, maybe. And okay, I really enjoyed learning about being a sorcerer, and maybe they'll allow me to back home. Okay, all right.
So yeah, let's. You go get your things, and I already got all my stuff packed. So
Oh, are you going to? Okay, all right. And
it seems like we're leaving real soon. Probably like tomorrow, or maybe now. Who knows?
Oh wow, that's really short notice. And you're sure you're okay with this, right?
Yes.
She is going to insight check.
Yep.
Because that's the kind of person she. Stupid me. I made her that kind of person. Let's see. I want her to fail so bad. It's a 9.
Roger, roll deception.
Okay. Do I want to deceive though?
You can choose to.
I got a
fail.
critical one.
Okay.
Shut up. No, for real?
Yeah. It's gonna be a little hard to see because the die is clear, but
Roger can lie, but not under this intense pressure, apparently.
ooh, and my mouth head looks grody on this camera.
Oh, wait, no. Something feels odd. What's really going on? Uncle Gretch, what's going on?
We're all like not quite looking at her.
Malachi's like twirling some of his hair in his fingers.
I messed up the picture pretty bad.
What is that?
I don't
This
even
is
know.
not a die. What is this?
It's because I haven't moved it yet. I don't know what that is.
What's going on? Are we
Okay.
not going back?
Oh no. We're all right. Well, I can't do it anymore. They're gonna kill me.
Real Brendan laugh.
That's real funny. That's not a joke we should be making now. I mean, they're right outside. That's
I'm not
not a
joking.
joke. No, you're joking. If they're going to kill you, we're not going back. That's all.
Well, you see, especially now that they know I'm here, it's not really a debate. There's no negotiation. There's no.
No, then they have to send us back to the temple. We'll claim sanctuary. We'll just live. I mean, I never wanted to be a nun, but I guess I can. I just, Mr. Blockletop, Mr. Malachi, Mr.
I mean,
Vesper, you have to.
You're fine. Like, I'm the only one that's going to be in trouble.
So I go back and they kill.
For the record, I'm on your side.
Whose side? Who's yours?
So,
Sharon.
Okay.
so, Mr. Malachi and Mr. Vesper, you two agree to this. That did you tell them that I would go back to my? Did you, without asking me?
I was not involved in the conversation. They were talking in their minds.
Malachi goes, "Oh wow." Listen,
Everyone in the room has recused themselves.
listen, Siobhan. I know this might sound selfish of me, but I would do anything to be reunited with my father. And you know that your father cares for you. I thought that this was a good solution. Do you disagree? Well, me going back I think is fine, but not if it means Roger dies. I mean, is that the kind of camp we have?
I'm not technically connected to you going back. I die either way.
A stunning argument from Roger and the return.
The elves don't seem like the type to storm in and just take you.
Sure, but I can't leave.
Don't know if they necessarily storm in. I think it would be more of a
What if we ask my
stealth
dad?
operation.
What if we ask my dad? Like, maybe he can get them to, I don't know.
It's kind of
I
a
don't know your
personal
father.
grudge.
I mean, you can. What did you do, Roger? I know it was not mail fraud.
I mean, I know that elves do take mail. No, our mail system is pretty tight. It's very serious. But I don't think they would do this. It wouldn't be this.
There are no jokes. No joke characters, no jokes. Very serious moment.
Did you kill someone? Did you?
No, she's being serious. I mean,
No, it's
I
true.
assume the mail system is quite intense, but it's not enough to sentence a man to death.
Let's just say challenged authority, lost, and then after being told what I would be doing, after losing, I committed another crime, and that was leaving.
What else have you guys done? You guys did a lot of stuff before I even met you. Is there anything in there? Like, did you save a diplomat or anything? Is there anything?
No,
That would be
there was a bit of questionable murder.
Definitely.
I heard about the murder. I didn't think you were involved in that. I mean, there was,
No, I was talking
Unless
about,
you're talking about
a
a
couple
different
other
murder.
people.
Is
Okay.
his neck exposed?
Well, listen, you did save a diplomat. At least by proxy, you saved me.
Yeah, we've already brought that up, and it didn't work.
I did actually tell them, Siobhan. I tried to see if they could shift the punishment to something.
Hard labor. 12 years.
Well, maybe not that precisely, but Siobhan, I'm sorry, but this is the reality of a war. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. You've seen there's a literal demon out there after you, and we have protected you and kept you safe. You know, there are some in this camp who would have rather that we put you out to be at the mercy of. Not that I would, but this is the reality that we face.
Maybe not the best argument. Like, no, I would never do that while actively doing that to someone else.
But in this case, we have
I would never do that.
In this case-
Scoots him behind the curtain.
it is a decision that we actively want Roger to be a part of. I would not have made the decision without asking him. Siobhan doesn't really say anything.
And you're confident that Malik would vote yes, right? Because of the whole sister situation.
Siobhan glares. What do you mean, sister situation? What's that about? It's nothing for you to worry about. No, it seems like it's something I should be worried about. So what? I've been at the Delumiere Mansion. I know that there were 3 of you. So is this somehow connected to you? Is your sister alive? Yes, and she's on the Chiral Plateau. And so you get your sister back, and Roger loses his life. Is that how it is? You're no different than the elves. Siobhan, this is about more than me. I specifically didn't even entertain the conversation about my sister. I chose to choose. I chose to do what the army wanted most. And truthfully, we can't stand up to Xerxes. You've been in his court. You know this.
What if we do ask your father, or involve your father?
I think it's worth a shot. And for what it's worth, Mr. Blobato's my favorite now. Of the 3 of you. Just... I don't know how I can contact him. I guess I still need you to reach out to him for me. But that's the last thing I'll ever ask you to do. And about your magic school, maybe I don't want to be a part of it.
Oh, well, more of a reason to go home then.
Ever the pragmatist.
Malachi goes Vespa. Yvonne, I would advise you not to make decisions while you're angry or in a heightened emotional state. Especially with your magic. You know what that could do. I want you to think about it, and yes, I will connect you to your father. She nods and she walks over to Graja, just kind of hugs him, and then starts crying, and then walks out.
Yeah. I guess I won't delete her. She can stay.
Beep. She's gone.
ICBM inbound. Okay. Wow.
Malachi's gonna cast Sending,
Okay.
and all he's going to say to Thesarlon is, "We need to have a chat. Urgently. Please."
I am no longer authorized to speak to you directly, unfortunately. Not at this time. It must wait until tomorrow morning.
I'll send again. How would they know?
Don't tempt me.
He's on speakerphone.
It's a matter of your daughter. She is terribly upset.
Roll persuasion. With advantage.
Alright, here we go. $27.
Okay. You don't get a response.
Oh god, I got the Grand Magician killed.
Oh
One down. Now we just need to wipe out the rest.
Oh no, our grand magician, it's broken.
Yeah. All right, you're still in your little funny Magic Mansion meeting room at the end of the
Yeah.
maze. All right, cool. Very little time passes by, and suddenly, who's even in here? I get Steward to be in here. Steward runs in and says, "Malachi, there was no one else to reach you. There's a Pegasus on our border wall."
Oh God. All right.
Oh god.
I'll start running out.
Okay. All right, you come out of the Magic Mansion. The other men, I imagine, are still in formation. There's been a bit of a funny hee-hee dumped into your camp with, with no one else. Are an elf who you have yet to see, and Sable. They're being held at the front, a little closer by the meeting area on the way. Malik has been watching them. And are you making your way out to the front where the Pegasus is?
Yeah, I'm assuming the others were tagging along.
Yeah. Oh gosh, how do I spell
Please.
Saruman? Is this it? Is this correct?
HOSARELLON.
E. There. All right. On the Pegasus, he's probably just gonna fly right into the camp. I don't think. I mean, Malik will probably be like a little wary. There's a lot going. How do you want to handle this? Because the Saruman is just dismounting. Nero will probably be confronting him, but nothing is going crazy. And Malik has Alethor and Sable blindfolded and on the ground.
I'm gonna just as I'm running, I'm gonna use the message chain and like if I can see like FS or anybody else who can use message, be like, get Siobhan.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Malik is just gonna go. What in the world is going on? Who is he?
We'll talk in a moment.
All right.
I bow.
Okay.
Grand Magician.
Mr. de Lumiere.
We've
Lord de Lumiere, I guess I'll say.
Thank you.
Damn right.
Trevor issue, not the Saruman issue. It's actually a skill issue when you think about it.
Listen,
Thinking about it.
I'm sorry to call you out, and honestly, truthfully, I thought you would just use. I did send the spelling of his name to you, by the way. I think.
Where? I mean, it's somewhere, but it's like buried. Ew. It's not like a dinosaur.
It seems that we've gotten our wish, and it seems there's genuine interest on both sides to be allied.
That is the case for now.
And there are two conditions which I was told the entire council agreed upon.
Unfortunately, yes.
One being the return of your daughter to you,
He nods.
which curiously did not include on the Chiral Plateau.
Correct.
If I may ask.
Resigning from the council to care for my daughter.
Sick.
So
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
The best part from 30 feet back. Yeah. They're on just go. Who said that? Who said that?
So
I'll get you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's something I should have done long ago.
Okay. Well, the other condition is Grudge's death.
Yes. A condition I wasn't pleased with, but
and
no
there is
say.
nothing in your laws and your bylaws. Siobhan doesn't want to come knowing that Roger, she won't leave. And I mean, you'll have to take her by force.
It's not something I desire to do.
And it's not some. It is what it is. All right, and
Is
and
Siobhan
and so
actively being fetched, by the way?
I thought so.
Well, okay. I'm asking as Trevor, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so she's just going to be out in the field to see her father, or
yeah. She can come out here.
all right? Is she running or what? What's the deal?
Uh, she like dragging her feet.
Okay. Well, she's about to arrive, so you got like a minute, maybe.
Listen, this Arlon. Is there anything in your high elfin bylaws, something we can do to fight this? I mean, perhaps this isn't a matter of combat, it's a matter of diplomacy or even a judicial system that stands the test of time, like the elves have.
The issue is thus: all of the relevant people with authority over those laws and bylaws are the people who want Grotja dead. I have no control over them, outside of defying the entire system, and marking myself for death as well.
And so that's a no.
So far as I can surmise.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I understand. I believe your daughter is here.
Alright. Well, he's gonna look over and just stare at her.
She like walks over like super slowly.
Mm-hmm. He kneels.
She slaps him.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, he attempts to hug her.
She like fights it for a while and then she finally like gives in and then like breaks down crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to be powerful. I thought that was the reason I lived my whole life in hiding, because you had to be the grand magician, and if I stayed and I endured all that I endured, you were able to make things happen. Why can't you make something happen for Roger?
Great.
The heart
Roger
is
is.
a fickle thing, and the hearts of other elves I cannot control. Not through magic, nor through might. And the council I have participated in some ways, is beyond saving. And as long
So-
as the council is beyond saving, so too is Gradra.
Well, is there anything at all that would cause the council to reconsider? You know, like
Not that I have yet found.
well, I mean, okay, I'm just thinking, and she's like looking around and
What is he to you, darling?
he's been like a dad to me, kind of. Like, he's like me, Dad. He's like me.
Trying not to cry. The only way that I can help you is the only way that I can help Roger, and it's defying the council and leaving my old life behind. But for me, it's not just leaving everything, it's my wife and my other children, my responsibilities and the people who are counting on me for keeping the plateau safe. I see no course for myself, let alone for...
No, that you can't abandon your other children to make up for one child feeling abandoned. It doesn't balance out. But there has to be something. The elves, we all worship Coralon. Like, she looks over at Blobbletop. You talk to gods, and you.
I'm a fish man.
I don't know. Like, there has to be something we can do. Something that will make them stop long enough. Something to make them reconsider. Malachi kind of looks at Blopple's like,
The Sorlon stands up after kneeling and says, "The only thing I can do would be to call for the impeachment of Malgath Halan, effective immediately."
But and Malachi goes, but sir, you're stepping down. Do you have the authority to do that before you?
I wouldn't be able to step down should I partake this action, but it would buy time and potentially allow for things to progress. But
If this happens, what about the treaty?
it would most certainly be delayed, if not lost beyond hope of recovery.
Now, listen. Malik goes, what do you mean? I mean, sorry, you're Malik. Oh,
Yeah. You trying to speak for my mans? Because I'm not even sure that he's here. Like, he's probably making his way over, but he's got Alethor and Sable just down. I'm putting them. I'm putting them to
okay, sorry, I just saw him in the. Okay.
Yeah. All right. No, what Malik is going to do is immediately go up to you, grab your left shoulder, and go, "What is going on?" Speak.
Calm down. I'm trying to find the best way to say this because I know exactly what you will say and how you will react.
Do you?
And truthfully, I feel not much different.
Different about what?
The future of our army, a treaty with the elves.
Very well. Conditions.
I haven't finished telling you all the possibilities yet, and I'll tell you the conditions afterwards. I put my hand on his shoulder. A chance to see Michaela again.
Would be excellent. Would be great. What do they want?
Well, they want Siobhan to be returned to her father.
All right.
And they want Grodger killed.
He raises his eyebrows. He looks at Grodger. Are you going
Easy.
to allow that?
That's why this is happening. It's why I've summoned one of the highest ranking elves in the country.
He just buries his hands in his face.
I grab him by both shoulders, and I'm like, this is what I'm
Can
trying
nothing
to.
be simple?
No, because we're Delumiers, and we've been cursed, apparently.
Up, your vision just keeps getting worse. Speaking of which, super weird. Anyway, unrelated.
Good to know.
And you got these. Your Coinverse is just really hot for some reason.
You know what? No.
It like burns your skin.
Honestly, I will say Bloppletup. Maybe Siobhan has a point. Maybe Siobhan has a point. It's a last-ditch effort, and it may not even work.
Talking to his gods.
Well, both of us, if we can beseech them somehow, a sign, something that causes them to change their hearts. There are things that the gods can do that we can't. The Sauron. I mean, hi, Grand Magician. I'm sorry, I forgot myself for a moment.
Indeed. I could cast a spell to change his mind, but he would certainly be wary of it and almost
No.
allow it to happen.
At the very least, Siobhan's right. We should try.
To beseech the gods.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll just sit down and beseech. Here I go. Alright. He kneels down. He sits crisscrossed up as often he goes, "O ye gods of grand power and authority, whether it be Bahamut, or
Ma-
whoever else, or
Malik.
Michael, who apparently I'm not allowed to talk to, whatever it may
Malik.
be, if you're gonna do something, bloody do it now. It's about time, please and thank you.
Here, yo.
Malik, I 100% love the enthusiasm, but we really should do it a bit more respectfully.
Oh, respectfully, yes, of course, respect.
Malik,
Mm. What?
Tone it back, buddy.
calm down. If this even has a chance of working, I will not have your frustrations ruining it for us.
Oh yes, because the frustration of one man who's never received any benefit in his life, lashing out. That's enough. Put him back in his place. Oh, we were gonna be so giving. We were gonna change the odds of fate in your favor. But no! All of a sudden, one man who we've never helped gets a little annoyed, and now that whole deal's off. Is that the gods? Is that how this works, Malachi? No.
I wish I
It's
wish I
ridiculous.
could say. I wish I could say no.
No, I think I've done enough beseeching.
No, I think you haven't done enough. Now, come here. Come here. And I kind of make a
He's not
I make-
moving.
I make a motion like our mother used to do when he was younger. I'm like,
Don't
Malik.
do that. Stop.
Malik, don't embarrass yourself in front of the dignitary. Come on.
The dignitary. I'm embarrassing. Dignitary, am I embarrassing?
No, I literally take my hand, please.
Okay.
Not going for ice cream
He
afterwards.
takes your
Okay.
hand.
For what it's worth, we are the children, descended from beings who spoke to the gods. And perhaps what I cannot do by myself, having you and Blobbletop together.
He served a giant crab.
That crab has saved our asses like
I
3 or 4
failed to
times.
see
And
your
you know
point.
what? That puts him at the top of my list of gods who get things done.
Precisely. So let us beseech.
Sure, I'll beseech the crab. I respect the crab. Let's go with the crab.
Beseech the crab.
All right.
Well, I will
All
be
right, how do we do this?
Muhammad, but are there any other people of faith here? Just
So we can get Sage over here.
Yeah.
All right, so you spell his name Gungi. This is important.
If you mess this up, good luck. Might
Where's
not make it out
Zephyr?
alive.
Where's Zephyr?
Everybody's beseeching? What are
Everybody's here.
I don't know.
Beseechers?
Colors weave into the fires of
Why
flame.
get light? He and Sage serve the same god. Helm.
All right, sure.
Alright,
The chips are
Peter
down,
get
man.
light,
I
the
mean-
chips are down.
Serve is a strong word there. He's
Yeah,
just
okay.
like, that guy's cool.
Okay. Well, would you want to be a part of this? If an all call
If he was around, he'd probably go to this big circle of people for me. Sure.
Big circle of people.
All right.
And
All right.
Melissa would
What's
say,
going on here?
Captain McKay, great. Would you like to pray to a crab?
Siobhan is going to
I'm
join.
down,
so
sure,
she's
yeah,
gonna
what
stand
do we-
next to Roger.
Great.
What are we praying for?
Siobhan's standing next to Roger.
Yeah,
All right, brilliant.
and she's doing that like kid thing where she's like looking up and like being super hopeful.
Right, the thing that kids do. All right. what's
He's right
Sauron-
about that one.
What's the Sauron gonna do here? Well, he's a little. This is undignified. He's just gonna sit back and thought.
Grand Magician, it's fine. We will show you the power of belief.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Break out the
This
song.
fails. This fails.
Can we like?
This is awkward. This is
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Is
But
Zephyr here? Is he part of this?
put Malik by Malachi specifically.
Okay.
Just-
The order's all wrong. Fix it up.
Is Vesper praying?
It's like he doesn't even want this to work.
No, probably not.
Okay.
He's a spoil sport. He's
All right. I'm just gonna. The Thorline's gonna go over here and say,
All right.
"I wish not to judge you. I'm out of options myself."
So what exactly are we praying to this crab for?
It's not specifically just to the crab. Just beseech the gods that you serve. Perhaps in the multitude, uh, perhaps what we need right now is a miracle. And that is what I am hoping for today. Not just for our situations, regardless of what they may be, because some of you don't know, but also
You just get a call from the thing. We need you to pray as hard as you can. What about? Don't worry about that.
so,
As the circle forms, after you say the word miracle, the Nobog says, I heard we are here to pray. Nobog is here to save the day.
I don't want to be saved anymore.
This guy's at a party.
no, listen.
He's raising his stick in the air. He's very excited.
This is a serious moment. No,
I am
All
serious.
All right, make room,
I
get
can
in here,
save the
come on.
day.
all
His
right.
head explodes. All right, it reforms.
Right, he's dead.
All right, he wiggles his way
All right.
between Siobhan and Bloppletop.
So gross. Siobhan's like barely touching his hand.
Yeah.
And then Oracle powers go.
Yeah. Everybody just
Dear
every single
Santa
person
Corn.
in this circle roll a D100.
Oh my god.
Dear Santa Corn, you're the only one I could ask now because I'm being obligated to.
I'm just gonna roll a few different ones from the same character.
Okay. Sure.
Why is this?
Well, he's got Malachi, Zephyr, and Siobhan in here.
I don't want to,
So,
and it's I'm using it from my app.
yeah.
How does a 99 do?
That's as horrible as possible can be.
That's kind of funny.
84, 79, 84.
Heroic.
I got 24.
Great.
If you combine all of
I
our
was about
class
to
levels
say.
together,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
No. Here's what's gonna happen. Alright. Nobody rolled within the threshold? Did Grouger roll?
Or
No.
Yeah. He's not even trying?
he beseeched Santa Corn. Come
He did
on.
beseech Santa Corn. You're not even gonna roll for Santa Corn beseeching?
Alright,
You might
let's
as
see the
well.
odds on this one.
Santa Corn beseeching.
It looks like an 89 or something.
Okay.
Damn, what the
Everybody-
fuck, guys?
Everybody tries to reach out to their
What about like,
I'm
like Sage and Nilbog?
Specifically-
It's a desperate call. Sage is reaching out to Helm. Light. I don't know what he's doing. He rolled pretty badly, I think. Is he the 99?
He's probably trying to reach out for a crab.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody explained to him what's going on.
Bloppletop didn't get anything. And the air just feels dead and tense, and everybody's just lashing out in desperation and emotion, looking for a solution. And the air is bleak. And then all of a sudden, Malachi gets a feeling, a calm whisper, that just says, "Sometimes help comes from unexpected places." And the Nobog drops everyone's
Oh,
hands,
no.
stands to the center of the circle, and
Shoot him.
says,
Somebody kill him.
"Spirits of the Fae today, take Malgath memory away!"
Oh,
And immediately, a coursing surge of power erupts from the Nilbog. The entire land seems to shift as everything in the surrounding area is brought under the spell of the being who controls everything here. And suddenly, the air's quiet. Everything seems normal. The Nilbog goes, "Okay, good time. See you all again later. Bye-bye."
Yeah, see you, little man. Hey, we still on for polka?
Yes! Head explodes. And he keeps walking on.
no, Malachi's mouth is like dropped.
So,
I think you
Malachi
guys
just-
just heard that. And Nero is just gonna go, "I know you guys were blindfolded, but you heard all of that, didn't you?"
my job is to be aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, I think your surroundings are going to get very interesting.
I'm sorry. For clarification,
Mm-hmm.
all Nobug said was Malgath forget,
Yes.
basically, right?
Yep.
No clarification on that.
Nope. And we're going to end
Is
the
he just
session
gonna
there.
forget to breathe?
Who knows? Who knows what the
You're
Nobug
gonna
was
end
thinking?
it?
Yeah, that's it.
Malgath is dead.
I don't know.
Um,
But anyways, we're going to call it right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're at our 3 hour, 19-minute mark. That's it for episode, 39, Addendum. And we'll come back next week to see what happened to Malgath, Halanth, and the rest of the group. Bye-bye now.